8 countries, 8 walls, 8 assignments.
We have the wall, and it's huge. We're only out of time.
2 days.
Time is up.
1 mission.
1, 2, 3, team.
In each episode, 2 of the world's hottest street artists mash up their styles in one unique task. They need to give it everything they've got to bring color to the streets of the world's most famous cities. From London to Hong Kong, from Ibiza to Bangalore. Across the globe, these artists are challenged to blend their styles and perspectives into a unique work of street art. In each city, a local client gives the assignment to create a special mural.
We want it to be a tribute to
Passion, adrenaline, all has to come down in here.
Can they paint the best wall their client has ever seen? Will clashing styles and egos threaten the challenge?
I don't have a lot of requests, and I accept most of your requests.
Or will the short time frame prove too much to handle? This is Street Art Challenge. In this episode, 2 worlds collide in one of the busiest cities in the world when Mexico's most famous street artist meets his equivalent on his home turf, India.
Hi,
Hola,
Ricardo.
my name is Ricardo. Nice to meet you, man.
Right from the start, the challenge is brought to a whole new level when the artists head downtown to find out more about their unusual assignment.
The thing which we would like to see in the wall is transformation of that sense of feeling.
Will they nail the brief and capture the feeling the client wants?
It's going to be like one font, one word below the other, or it's just...
like dream and then reality kind of like together.
Can they handle the immense Indian heat?
Ulas might have advantage on weather. You know, locals can paint like longer than you in the sun.
Or will the guys' clashing styles and different opinions lead to the end of this street art challenge? Bangalore lies in the state Karnataka in the mid-south of India. With more than 8 million citizens, this city never sleeps. With a booming IT industry, it's not only one of India's commercial engines. A talented young generation of artists put this place firmly in the future for the Indian art scene. Leaders of this artistic pack are skate legends and clients for the challenge, Sams and Shake.
Skateboarding community, it's a community which opens up access for people who are into such like-mindedness. Maybe from graffitiing to guys who are with cameras who would like to do filming, photography, BMXing, parkour, into all different forms of skills.
They've built a huge wall in their own skate park, especially for the ultimate street art challenge.
I guess it's the first time in India that someone's actually built a wall just so that it can be painted, you know, like just so that graffiti artists can come and go crazy on it.
And to handle such a wall, Sams and Shake invited 2 of the best street artists in the world, starting with Mexican graphic designer Ricardo Gonzalez. Specializing in lettering, typography, and calligraphy, his combination of letterform and art is exceptional. With his own world-renowned and exclusive font, he's one of the most recognizable artists on the scene. Ricardo is teaming up with the bearded wizard, Ulas Hidor, India's most sought-after graffiti artist, famous for his unique style of painting. With extreme precision and passion, he transforms drab walls into beautiful canvases, narrating the stories of our ever-changing times. The artists meet each other in the middle of Bangalore on holy ground.
Hi,
Hola,
Ricardo.
my name is Ricardo. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too. So this is the Holy Cow?
This is the Holy Cow.
Yes.
Bangalore. Man, this looks really nice.
I've been following Ricardo's works online. I've seen his colors, the way, the strokes and the lines what he creates. And it was really exciting to meet the person.
So how do you feel about the wall today?
Yeah, I'm really curious to see the wall.
Yeah, it's definitely challenging, so like no sketch.
This is good.
No wall. We'll see what colors we get and let's do it. I think it's a great opportunity to learn more about the city, the street art, just to get close to someone that is local, I love that, you know, because you change information, you know, and then become close. So I saw his work. It's like, I like it because it has that kind of design style where it's geometric, it's clean, you know. So yeah, his work is really awesome. So I'm looking forward to work with him.
Let's roll. What is it?
It's going to be like really challenging exercise to collaborate and come up with a piece. And I think it'll be really nice, like whichever the strongest point of each of us are, and wherever we're meeting in those common lines, and we're going to pick it up from there and trying to create the piece over here.
This is my first time in India, so it's definitely kind of culture shock, but it's good, you know? It's good to be uncomfortable. It's good to like be in a place where you don't understand the language. You cannot read the signs. It's good, I like that.
Ricardo and Ulas hit the Holy Stoked skate park, where Sums and Shake are hyped to show off their 14-meter wall.
I don't know how artists work, like graffiti artists, how they're going to come up with a plan to express that. But I'm really excited to see what's going to come out of it, because graffiti is like skateboarding. Like, I'm sure it's going to come out well.
Hey guys. How's it going? Hello.
What's up, Ulas?
Welcome, bro. Welcome.
Yes,
Cool,
sir.
thank you.
Yes,
How are you
sir.
guys doing? This is a nice spot.
Welcome.
This is the new wall.
Been waiting for you.
Oh, yeah. Immediately, as soon as I saw him, like, I started, like, in my mind, like, thinking about the sketch already, like, colors and doing this and that and how to work with Ula's work. And, yeah, it was just an exciting moment, you know?
Is this a smaller wall? Do you want it to...
Oh, it's perfect.
We left some bars so in case if you say...
Oh, we can build it up higher.
Extend it by
If it's not enough,
another
just, like,
meter.
bring it higher. All right.
Yeah.
First thought, like when you see the wall's big, and you're thinking, oh, how am I going to finish in 2 days? And the more and more, when you speak to the Holy Stoked guys, and more ideas are coming, and you start thinking, okay, the wall is too small.
For a lot of people, if they look at a skate park, they come and ask you, what is it? You know, what do you do here? Or they just try to do some visual action to us, and do you go up and do that?
Soames is the one who's always like walking around to people. Do you like that? And do you really like watching that? And everyone's like, yeah, we like watching that. Then put your hands together and get them to do it better, you know, and try to hype people up. And then people get it that like when they see something happening, they get hyped. It actually hypes that person back as well. And it's, you know, it's just that I'm stoked that you're stoked, that I'm stoked that you're stoked.
I think
Just
you're
keeps
saying
going
we're
back.
stoked.
We're stoked.
Thing which we would like to see in the wall is transformation of the feeling, which anybody for that matter would come and skate here, and then when everybody puts their hands together say, oh, what was that, you know? Oh my God, can you do it again, you know? Like that sense of feeling, we want that to be shared on the wall.
This place is about the community. It's built by the community. Like the concrete comes, but it's like 10, 15 of the people from who skate here who always show up in the morning to shovel everything around and do all the work on it, you know?
They wanted to create something related to skateboarding that motivates them and creates a sense of community. I think that's one of the main goals, you know, and that's what we were focusing on.
Although it's Ricardo's first time in India, it's definitely not his first time on a skateboard.
This guy looks so funny.
Every time you just see a skateboard, just kind of like do a couple of tricks, just, you know, like fun. Yeah, I try to like at least just cruise around my neighborhood or go to like local skate park with friends. We don't have to do the crazy tricks.
When the guys start sketching, Ricardo comes up with a theme that feels right at home in the skate park.
Dreamland or dream reality. Dream reality, I think, is a great example to portray what you know, Bangalore skate community is about. You know, like if they really want to make something happen, they make it happen.
Dream reality. So it's going to be like one word below the other, or it's just...
Like dream and then reality kind of like together.
When Ricardo told me about dream reality, and I was like, wow, it just fits.
With the guys firmly in the flow, they're moving fast and riffing off each other.
We'll try to get like 2 action sequences or something like that, which can come there and on the side here, and then there's dream reality in between. Every skateboarder has this one dream move, which he keep practicing and practicing and practicing to achieve. And there's this one moment when he gets it. So I want to capture that both excitement there and this is all coming together.
Perfect wall, perfect timing, so a bit tight, but we can make it happen. If you just hold it from the third, like low. For this project, the way I'm gonna approach it is by put a baseline for the letters, which is just literally a line underneath, center it, and then on top of that, I just go with a spray can and trace the letters, and from there, building it like slowly to like the right weight. It's a bit of a slow process, but that's a challenge. You know, try to make it as clean as possible, you know, readable, try to have great spacing between letters. For me, that's kind of like the goals for my work, so that's the part of the challenge.
Ricardo Gonzalez's passion for letter forms is inspired by his childhood and the old letters written by his grandfather. After several studies and tons of experience, he's perfected his own unique style of art.
What I do is now a combination of things I've learned down the road. I went to school for graphic design and I learned a little bit about typography. I wasn't aware about it so much at the time, but then I went to New York and then I specialized strictly on typography and calligraphy. So all that stuff like really shaped my work now to like try to be as neat as possible, but also like now paint it with spray cans. Street art, I think it's art that doesn't belong to a gallery. It's in a more free environment. Because once it belongs to the city, it belongs to everybody, you know? It's up there for someone to destroy it or someone to take care of it, you know? And that's the beauty of it. Street art, like, it's so strong right now. So many great artists and, you know, it's a movement now. So it's a good way to also have a voice and, you know, not just do it for you, but do it for the public because that's where it's gonna live.
Usually when I start sketching on the wall, like I'll just take a spray can with like a thin cap or something like that, and I just like mark the graphic out. After my main elements is gonna come, I'll be adding the background graphics to it. So I'll be creating like a very geometrical background, and on top of that, I think I'll be using the grays and the black and whites.
Ricardo will collaborate with Ulas, an artist, architect, and designer from India. He's well known for his unique views on life and society, which feature heavily in his art.
I come from an architecture background, so like when I studied design, it so happened like I was interested in grids and lines and mostly like cubism. Being an architect, it helps me understand the planning of the space or like how the volume of the space as such. Like the colors, the gray which is there all around us. And I just try to fill in colors in the gray areas, that's it, yeah. So for me, like street art has always been that platform like where I want to connect more with people. Not like for fame or anything like that, I just want to, like, I exist too. Yeah, that's the idea of street art for me.
With a 2-day deadline on their minds, the guys start painting right away. But when Ricardo is thickening his letters, Ulas notices that haste makes waste.
You just came off. You missed 2 spots there.
Wait. I went a little bit over, like, in the space, and like, on the right side, I need a little bit more, so I just, on the Y, I just extended a swoosh, just to make it, like, balanced. And then, based on that, like, we can work, like, overlay his design on mine, mine on his. So it's patch, patch, and then start blending. So that's the way the collaboration works.
When the paint starts to flow, the composition is coming on quickly. But looks are deceiving when it comes to detail, because bringing the lettering to life takes a lot of Ricardo's precious time.
So once I have, like, a rough sketch of the letters and the composition, then I start slowly adding color, and then another color, just to, like, let's say, start from light green to, like, darker green to, like, purple to, like, from purple to, like, pink to, like, lighter pink. So that's the way it builds. And then from there, I fill up one letter, and then I do a shadow, and then I jump into the other letter. So I do each letter, like, you know, one by one.
With his choice of colors, like when the colors are flowing into each other, it just like, it becomes like really vibrant. So it was really nice to see like this one color was complementing the other color. So it was really nice to see the colors getting popped out. Yeah.
He definitely thinks or understands what like I'm coming from, and I also understand where he's coming from. So I think that's a big plus, you know, like both worlds like kind of combine together and just works perfectly, you know, like the balance in the symmetry of the design. That's what I love, you know. He got it right away, and it was nice.
Ulas is a Bangalore resident, and he's done a lot of murals in his city. The portrait he made of Kempegowda, the founder of Bangalore, is part of a street art project that was initiated by Josh and Eugene. Ulas has carefully chosen special places in the city to ensure his stories reach as many people as possible. But not without a price. If you want to see them, you have to brave the busiest streets of Bangalore.
We are standing at Dhanwantri Road in the middle of Bangalore, at the heart of Bangalore, where all the buses lead to. Bangalore being a city of dreams and migrants and the working class who have come from all different parts of the country to find a home. We are standing in front of a mural that talks about the founder of the city.
We wanted it to be site-specific, so we made it a point that we get to know the community around, and we venture into their spaces, talk to them, get to know about them.
Who is really looking at our work? Is it people in the buses? Or is it people in the car? We hardly see people walking here, right? But there are people living here. There are people who go to work from here every day.
People need to know if there's art being displayed here, people need to know what it's about. It can't be something out of the blue.
The scorching heat of the Indian afternoon has taken its toll on Ricardo. After working for hours on the wall, he's left the site to cool off and get some refreshment so he can prepare himself for the heat to come.
Yeah! Back to work! Sick. Yeah. Sweet! All right. It's getting hot in here. Let's take it. It's gonna get hot.
Ulas, on the other hand, has no such problems and even takes a moment to enjoy a hot cup of coffee.
Ulas might have advantage on weather. Always, I find that when I travel, like, you know, locals can pay like longer than you in the sun. So I guess that could be an advantage, you know, but just different environment, different worlds.
Despite the intense rising heat, Ricardo knows he needs to pick up the pace to get as much done as possible. And when he sees that Ulas is changing the original composition, tensions are also on the rise.
I respect people's work, and, you know, if they're that good, you know, I'm not gonna interfere with that. Like, you do your part, I do mine, and we'll see how it just organically combines.
So I'm gonna have these kind of geometrical things.
Yeah.
Can you see that? My leg. That's like all broken apart, shredded.
So like breaking all apart?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think those,
Yeah.
I can get some of those out of that.
Yeah, so like they keep getting shredded out, everything, slowly in bits and pieces.
Cool.
Like from the leg, from the hand, from everything, like from the shirt.
And you can make a sketch and be like, okay, this is how we're gonna do it, but things change down the process, so that's part of the beauty of working with someone else. Like, oh, they see things that you don't see, and, you know, they have opinions you don't have, so that's part of it.
With collaboration and harmony alive and well, it looks like nothing can go wrong with the challenge. Well, almost nothing.
Oh.
Throughout the city of Bangalore, other local artists have put up some remarkable artwork. One of Josh's favorite spots is an unfinished mural at the Chickpeat metro station.
We are in Chickpeat. We are at the metro station, and Chickpeat happens to be the oldest area of Bangalore. Now, what happened here over the past few years is that there were barricades up. People didn't know what was going inside these barricades. But suddenly this metro station came, and now what we see is in the middle of the oldest area of the city. Amongst all of this crowded buildings and people, we have open space because the metro is here that connects to different parts of the city. This artwork is done by Amitabh Kumar. So what Amitabh has done is that through this mural, he's talking about the story of this site. At one point, at how it was once a forest, and from the forest, from one of the trees came a fruit. From the fruit comes out water after it breaks, and from the water, it becomes a lake, and from the lake, people emerge. So that's what Amitabh's really working on, the story of the site itself, through a sequential narration around this building. The work's still in progress. Unfortunately, what happens is that since the site is still under construction, we don't know what's going to happen next, and they still have a layer of finishing to go. Unfortunately, the cement's fallen over, but it's okay, we'll touch it up.
Back at the wall, Ulis and Ricardo need to concentrate in order to seamlessly bring their elements together.
When I went over this piece, I was like really scared. I was just thinking like, what if I spoil this thing? Because he has got like really neat lines, he's cut it already nicely. A little difficult task, but like he can do it. But so I was a little skeptical, but yeah, it just felt good.
His work is very like geometric. Mine is more, my work is more round and soft. But maybe we can work like overlay his design on mine, mine on his.
Wait, this one can go over.
No, let this come over. Let
Okay.
this come, this one. I think I'll go over this.
Ah, nice.
So it looks interlocked.
And then we'll do the shadow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that works. It's not just having patches like his work, my work, his work. Because that's what kind of happens first day, and that's what people don't understand, you know? So patch, patch, and then start blending. So that's the way the collaboration works. That shouldn't take long, right? Sweet. Let's do it, right?
When the artists have sealed the deal on patching up the composition, they have to work quickly to cover and color this giant white wall. So Ricardo suits up and transforms himself into an unstoppable underground spray painter with one clear mission: finish the job.
It was fun, but like to see him work so fast, like he was just going at it. I was like, I should stop having fun over here. Like I should get back to work. Work.
Yeah, I try to work fast because we have 2 days to do this. You know, I think that's part of working fast because that comes from graffiti. You know, you got like a couple minutes to do like fill up. So you gotta find out ways to make the process faster. Not just because you want to be the fastest, just because the process demands it. For me, that's the way I work.
And just when Ricardo is finishing his letters, Sam shows up with some friends. They're part of India's most up-and-coming street artist collective, and they didn't travel all this way just to watch.
There. That's the thing which is going to be transformed into colors of love. We have a container which is 20 foot wide, which we call it as the Holy Stoked Skate Shop. Right now, it's just blue and brown. We would like to see the local artists leaving some marks over there and adding their impact to the entire venue. I'm pretty sure the vibe is going to be so strong that people are going to be carried away just by color.
Before the local artists can start on the container, Sams wants to make sure all their different ideas come together harmoniously.
It's like a pusher selling skateboards. Sick. Damn cool.
And this one over here.
Flying monkey.
Flying monkey with a snapback.
Awesome.
So I'm a graffiti writer and I write dibs. So this is dibs in Tamil.
How does that communicate into this arena?
Majorly, when we are doing it, we'll have one color tone happening. So that is how we link everything together.
I'm super positive that these guys can sing. No doubts.
Once they're all pulling in the right direction, the guys immediately start showing off their talents on the container.
Street art and graffiti writing is very new to India. It's still in its infancy. So a lot of people are very fascinated when they see someone doing a piece in public. And for me, as a street artist, I would like it if more and more people come and join the scene, you know.
With the local crew kicking off their artwork, Ulis and Ricardo are also making progress on the other side of the skate park. And discussing their new game plan.
There's going to be like a big patch of gray, which is going to happen here, black and gray and black. So I don't want that to like continue. This is going to just end there. It's just that the volume of the gray is going to increase just on the top. And the volume of the gray is going to come more here.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
The location for this project, the Holy Stoked Skate Park, was founded and built by Soms and Sheikh themselves. And through time, it became more than just a skate park.
We just started the company to kind of fill a gap that was there for skateboarding in India, because when we started skating, there was nothing around for skating. So we started Holy Stoked to kind of get boards and get equipment. And then there was just 4 of us, and then other people got on board and they were like, yeah, that's cool, what you guys are doing is fun, you know, I want to be a part of it.
Skateboarding is just because we love it, and making a place, like he said, filling the gap, building the bridge.
Soms's passion drew a lot of skate lovers to the park.
Now we have a lot more people in the same industry, a lot more skaters. And we continue to do the same, build more free skate parks and let the people play.
As the years progressed, more and more people, not just like individuals, but also all these companies, and everyone was interested in skateboarding all of a sudden.
So a hobby became business.
The idea was just for us to skate. We wanted a skate park, we wanted a free place right next to our house. That was the original motive. And when all these other kids started showing up, it kind of changed, like everything.
The skate park doubles as a social meeting place for young locals.
You get to see the bigger picture, you get to see other people, how they live their lives and stuff, and you get to connect with people in so many different places which you would, like a person like me, would probably not hang out with these kids or never know them if it wasn't for skateboarding or their interest in skateboarding.
They used to come back home and look at a magazine and say, what is this trick? How do you do this thing? You go there and show it to them, 3 days, boom, he has it. Like, I would take probably a year to learn a trick, and he takes it probably 3 days. So the wavelength of how those kids can learn something is whole different. Like, the energy which they have is different.
Thanks to Soms and Sheikh, the skate park evolved into an all-purpose learning facility.
We started hearing about some of these kids have problems at home. Like their parents would come down to the skate park and, you know, come talk to us and say, you know, I'm having this trouble with my son. Can you help with that? And it's like you can motivate them to do things. We wanted to be more involved, you know, get these kids to actually kind of progress in other areas in their life than just skateboarding. And just randomly people would show up and say, you know, I'm free on Friday at this time, I'm free on Sunday on this time. So like I can teach the kids this, or I can teach the kids art, or I can do a little math lesson. And that's when I think skate park became more than about being just about skateboarding.
Seeing the joy the park brings to the community inspires the artists to push their work even further and make the best wall of their lives.
Soms and Sheikh, like, they're really pushing, you know, like what they love, and people respond to that. And I feel like it's amazing to be part of it.
With the last of the sunlight fading away, Ricardo and Ulas decide to call it a day.
Hey man, I think we're good for today.
Yeah.
You wanna come check it out and see like what we're gonna do tomorrow?
Yeah.
Let's check it out. Is that line gonna go all the way there?
Yeah. No. Till the mid. So they will
just
be
to the
meeting.
middle. Ah, okay, because I can do maybe a line there, another one.
Yeah.
And then start like doing all the other details.
Yeah.
And then we'll go over this part, that part. Yeah, I think we'll be good for tomorrow.
Yeah. Well,
all right, let's finish it.
Good scenes, man. Take care.
With the lettering done and the skaters emerging, the composition comes together fast. But with 3 loose elements, the wall is far from finished. So when evening falls on Bangalore, the guys only have 1 day left to fill in all the blanks and combine their pieces into one masterpiece. Ricardo flew all the way from Mexico to team up with Ulas, India's best street artist.
Ricardo.
My name is Ricardo. Nice to meet you, man.
Together, they went to the heart of Bangalore to receive a tricky assignment from skate legends Sams and Sheikh.
The thing which we would like to see in the wall is transformation of that sense of feeling.
So the artists immediately start sketching. But were they able to put the right feeling onto the wall? Or were they completely missing the point?
So it's going to be like one font, one word below the other, or it's just...
Like dream and then reality kind of like together.
And when the guys started out, the intense Indian heat turned it into an uneven battle.
Ulas might have advantage on weather. You know, locals can paint longer than you in the sun.
But the artists don't give up that easily. Fired with Mexican temperament, Ulas and Ricardo give it everything they've got to conquer the tough conditions and make this challenge a success. But at the beginning of day 2, all hope seems lost. Ulas bit off more than he could chew. Completely wasted after last night's party, he ended up sleeping off his hangover at the skate park.
Yeah. I had a crazy night last night. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, first painting, like we got into the crowd, had a couple of beers. I went out, had more beers. I came and crashed at the wall.
I didn't see you guys come.
I had a conversation with the wall last night when I was like, little thing. I was like, I'm going to finish it tomorrow. And I kind of slept off. That was fun, yeah.
And while Ulas is having a hard time facing the daylight, Ricardo comes around as fit as a fiddle.
Hey, man. How's it going?
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Not much. How's the party last night?
Yeah, it was a crazy party, man. Stay back over here.
Oh, you look fresh, man.
The wall.
Reckless life. Respect that for sure. I wish I could do it, but you know, it's like I can't, you know, because I want to be in good condition next day and being able to function and, you know, have fun, enjoy it, not just like, oh, I'm hungover and like I hate this.
So what do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm good for detailing later.
Yeah, I think we did a really good progress yesterday. Like, I mean, just to get the lettering first and then like you coming out and do the sides. So I think that's gonna be fun.
Today's gonna be like where I'm using a couple of his colors, he's using my colors, and like we'll be like trying to merge the piece together. So it's gonna look like as if like his piece is coming out and my piece is getting in, kind of stuff.
Ricardo, fresh and wide awake, starts to work on the final part of the wall. Ulas, however, is still worse for wear after last night's party and has trouble focusing on his work.
I'm worried about time because last night was a wild night.
So like your brain just not works at like the multiple levels. Hangover and heat is a very bad combination.
After completing his letters, Ricardo is still far from finished and is hurrying to blend his words with Ulas's elements.
The part of adding kind of the lines, wavy lines, it was more about combining the styles. So in order to combine both styles, you have to like have some sort of middle ground. So I found like those lines kind of bridge the gap in styles between like sharp corners and then fluid lines. So that's like the perfect way. It's just a matter of like optical illusion and see like the colors around and how they interact with each other and just make the decision as you go.
The presence of the famous Mexican art writer has not gone unnoticed in Bangalore. Suddenly, one of his biggest fans shows up at the wall to ask Ricardo for his opinion.
Oh, sick. How long did it take you?
10 days.
Whoa.
So what happened was a bunch of people has been sending me direct messages through Instagram because they see I'm in Bangalore. They don't know what I'm doing, so they just like, hey, where are you? Like, how can we find the project you're doing?
Sick. Nice, man.
There's one sticker also. So
Oh, you got stickers too?
yeah.
This kid just came in and he showed me his work, you know, and then he had a present which was really cool, you know, a couple stickers and a little original. That was really nice, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, no problem.
I should keep put this on my laptop.
No worries, man. Yeah, come by, check it out. It's kind of humbling, you know, that someone comes all the way and wants to see you and, you know, like give you something from them. So it's cool.
The talented crew have finished their colorful piece on the container and await Sam's judgment, well aware that he was very critical of the boys' first draft.
How does that communicate? How does that link?
We'll have a one color tone happening, so that is how we link everything together.
Hey, monkey. What's going on? Going crazy. All good. You finally get the venom on the monkey's tooth.
You like it?
Yep. The monkey is the main guy. Okay, since it's going crazy, the monkey is transforming his energy, blowing dips, and setting the old man on fire, technically. Initially, I was trying to understand how is it fitting. Now it looks like the monkey is calling dips on the old man, and the old man is actually selling skateboards and trucks and wheels and accessories. So it kind of looks like he's calling shots on the skateboard. Also, the guy who's actually selling boards. It's a perfect fit. Sick one, man. Right. Damn cool.
Time is running out, and there's still a lot to do. Will Ricardo and Ula succeed in their challenge?
All right, we got, how much do we have? Let's see. Half an hour?
Yeah.
30, 40 minutes?
I think that's
What do you think?
good enough time. I'm sort of worried about time because my mind went completely blank. I just wanted so many ideas to fill. And I was like, okay, so then I started limiting it myself down and like I cut out certain areas. There was a little bit of stress.
Do you want me to buff that? The black?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, just this much.
All right.
Blue, and I think the rest, everything goes black. He finished off his work, like then he started to help me. I was like, wow, thank God, at last, like I can finish this piece in time.
It might have been a bit better, like just, you know, help him out, filling up stuff. He already kind of like traced, so help him out a little bit and just, yeah, on the process. So I guess I speed it up, hopefully.
Summoning up the last of their energy, the guys are giving everything they've got to finish the piece on time.
But when you're just like trying to hurry it up and then you get like, oh, frustrated and go back, correct it again, yeah.
And the guys should be worried, because with just a few minutes left, Sam's Shake and their skate crew are rushing through town on their way to the reveal. Time's up.
Sweet, man.
What do you guys think?
Dream reality, I love it. How did you come up with that dream reality?
Well, like it's part of like what you guys do here. You guys make your dreams come true. You know, you built a skate park. That's respect, you know.
I like it. I like the image and the words. It's like, you know, when you go home at night and sometimes you're thinking about the trick that you want to do. And you're like dreaming about that the whole night. You're like, yeah, I'm going to do it tomorrow. And then you come the next day and you like really break yourself to make it. Then it becomes real then, huh?
Damn, you got it. You got it. That's that. I think Shake really got it, you know, at first sight about the message, you know. It's fulfilling. It's fun.
I like the head though, this guy's head.
The head is
this
super cool.
faceless skater thing, that's awesome as well. Like, because it doesn't matter who it is.
Who it is. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do the details on the face. I was really happy to see their excitement on their face. They were really happy the wall came out really nice. And it's just like how Shakes was telling, you get stoked, I get stoked, you get stoked.
When they see something happening, they get hyped. It actually hypes that person back as well. And it's like that back and forth. It's just that I'm stoked, that you're stoked, that I'm stoked.
You're saying we're stoked.
We're stoked.
I think like that moment was there right then. Like when I was like, oh, hey, that's really brilliant. Yeah, that's nice work. I was like, oh, cool.
It's awesome. I like it. Both of them like skating. It's like playing basketball on the same team, so you get more points. Yeah. it's one thing to like create a piece of art that is special to yourself and it means something to you, but to someone else it may just be whatever, you know. And it's not just about feeding your own ego when you paint it. It's about like telling people something, giving them a message which you leave behind. And it's like the greatest thing that graffiti can probably do, you know. Like, it's great to have a story behind everything that's done. And I think the place has a great story and the art has a great story behind it as well. Thanks a lot, thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
It's really nice
to meet you guys.
It's great, it's so good. And you've got to come back. You've got to be here more often anyway.
I'm here already.
Like, it's so good, man.
Well, I learned a lot. He showed some ways on how you can shade well, and I learned a new way of merging colors and geometry into fluidity. So it was a really nice collaboration.
Yeah, what if we build a ramp on it? You got to come and do it again then.
All right, let's do it. I'm down. I'm down. Hell yeah. I'll be stoked, you know, to like do more collaboration like that because it's like such a gift to like be here and meet more people and, you know, collaborate and work, have fun, you know, and skating and hanging out. So like, it was the best.
What's up, man? It's been a great couple of days, you know.
It's beautiful. I'm super happy, very excited. I don't think I'm going to leave the park anywhere sooner or, you know, be late to the park ever.
8 countries, 8 walls, 8 assignments.
We have the wall, and it's huge. We're only out of time.
2 days.
Time is up.
1 mission.
1, 2, 3, team.
In each episode, 2 of the world's hottest street artists mash up their styles in one unique task. They need to give it everything they've got to bring color to the streets of the world's most famous cities. From London to Hong Kong, from Ibiza to Bangalore. Across the globe, these artists are challenged to blend their styles and perspectives into a unique work of street art. In each city, a local client gives the assignment to create a special mural.
We want it to be a tribute to
Passion, adrenaline, all has to come down in here.
Can they paint the best wall their client has ever seen? Will clashing styles and egos threaten the challenge?
I don't have a lot of requests and I accept most of your requests.
Or will the short time frame prove too much to handle? This is Street Art Challenge. In this episode, 2 of Europe's best street artists team up in the Netherlands for the ultimate street art challenge.
Man. You good?
Yeah. You?
Yeah, man.
Right from the start, the challenge seems impossible.
I'm not sure if I can make it. It's as simple as that.
To stand a chance of finishing in time, they have to work overnight. But then, cracks start to form between the artists.
My suggestion is you do it freehand.
Never, man. No, it's not me. I'm not doing it. And no discussion about it.
And from that moment on, the collaboration starts to collapse.
No, come back. That line you just done there, that's going to be too harsh. You're going to have to soften that so you can dust over it with the other one.
Are they able to find each other again? Or will their battles destroy this street art challenge?
Whoa. That's why I said have the sketch in front of you. Seriously, have the sketch in front of you. We're under pressure, so if we're not referring to things, we're going to forget things.
This week's challenge takes place in Holland's cultural capital, Rotterdam. This city thrives on cool architecture and street life. So for the artists, the sky's the limit. But behind this beautiful skyline, we find another story. In Rotterdam West, the beauty is hard to find. In this part of town, poverty and crime rule the streets, which is why local hip-hop legend Lorenzo wants to make a change.
The reason I want to have this mural is to create a place of inspiration for the neighborhood and also for the youth. And I want to show them no matter where you come from, how rich or poor you are, everything is possible once you believe in it. That's the reason why I invited two amazing street artists, Draft and Nuno. I've seen their work and I'm looking forward to see what they're gonna do with this mural because it's really mind-blowing what these guys are doing, an amazing job.
London-based British Ghanaian artist Nikkei Drefdesani is world-renowned for his large-scale portrait paintings. His work draws inspiration from 80s British underground comics and the energy and scale of 70s New York subway graffiti. This mashup of styles makes him one of the most in-demand street artists. To add some serious weight to the challenge, Dref calls on Portugal's most talented street artist, Nuno Viegas. Drawing a huge amount of his inspiration from hip-hop subculture, Nuno's paper planes took him to new heights, and world fame soon followed. Nuno's work is Superfly.
Nuno, man.
You good?
Yeah. You?
Yeah, man. Good journey?
6 trips?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Cool. Yeah, good to see you, man.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to work with Draf. I've seen his work and it's definitely great. Like, his portraits are amazing. So, yeah, I really want to do this. I really want to make it happen.
Rotterdam, how's far, eh?
Yeah, you up for the challenge?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Weather's looking good. Interesting to see what we do together. So I've seen your paper planes and whatnot, and
you're doing dope portraits as well, man.
Likewise, man. Yeah, we just see how we combine the two elements and see what can happen.
You know what he does is quite different to what I do, but to blend the work, a few fists might get thrown, but I think the struggle is what makes the victory sweeter, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what we produce and seeing the outcome.
Yeah, let's see what we can make happen.
Yeah, we're gonna smash it, man.
Yeah, man, time is of the essence. Let's go and look for a walk.
Let's do it.
The challenge takes place in one of the city's old harbors. Since the construction of a new harbor, the area has fallen on hard times. Our client grew up on these streets, so he invited the artists over to explain to them why this has to be the place for the mural.
Welcome to Rotterdam West. This is my turf. It's a difficult neighborhood. It's difficult to grow up. And although it's difficult, I made it out successfully as a manager of different groups and solo artists around this area. And I want to give something back. The reason I want to change this area is because people are struggling with violence, drugs. They don't know how to pay the rent. Single mothers, it's difficult because the environment, it doesn't inspire people. So that's why I want this mural done. So there's a very big wall, and I know you guys are great artists. So you guys ready?
Let's check it out.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Over there, that wall.
Damn. Oh, that's a big challenge we have here,
It's
man.
all yours, man.
Cool. Yeah, the wall is massive. It's huge. It's nearly impossible to do this. It's definitely a street art challenge for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big wall, man. So what's the plan?
The plan is to put some influential people on the wall because hip-hop music, the culture, it really inspired me back in the day. So I just want to give the youth a wall they can look up to, literally. But the people who are on it also have a story. And I think everybody can be successfully once you work for it and believe in it. That's hip-hop. Hip-hop is like a religion. It inspires the youth in the neighborhood, and I think that's the key to success.
Yeah.
Yes.
So who are the artists you're thinking to go on there?
I think I want Biggie, Pac, and Ronnie Flex on the wall.
Okay.
He's
Who's Ronnie Flex?
local Rotterdam artist.
Ronnie Flex is living proof of how hip-hop can change your life. From the first moment he heard the beats and rhymes of American hip-hop stars like Tupac and Biggie, Ronnie knew he had to break from the hard life on the streets and become a hip-hop legend himself.
I think he deserves a spot on the wall also.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Because like for me myself personally, like one of my things about my work is really about celebrating people in the locality and the amazing work that they've done and the inspiration they're giving to their community and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's a really good story. I think the assignment that Lorenzo gave was really fantastic. It's really, really great to be able to make a work that's going to have some sort of impact and some relevance to the community in which we're making the work. So it's really great that this is going to be something that's going to hopefully inspire the young people, which is totally what definitely my work is about, and I'm sure Nuno's as well.
It's about dreaming, and yeah, part of my work is also a lot about dreaming. So I think we can get to a good plan here for sure.
Okay,
yeah.
That's nice. Good to hear.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's time to get to work. So we got 2 days.
Yeah.
So let's get the job done.
When Lorenzo told us about a time frame, 2 days, I was just like, whoa, that's like, you know, that's not really giving us much to play with. But I had to remind myself, it's Street Art Challenge, and we will make it happen. You know, we're used to painting under pressure, so we'll make it happen.
Let's get cracking.
Yes?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Chill.
Yes.
Pressure under pressure.
Yes.
Should we just get out some paper and just do like a quick mock-up of how this can work? I'm just thinking about using the strengths of what we both do. So obviously I'm doing quite a lot of portraits, and I'm really loving those planes you're doing.
Yeah.
Is there a way maybe that we could use the planes instead of doing 3 portraits, which looks kind of pretty standard and it will look quite flat?
Maybe we can do a metaphor with like a connection to the other portraits with the paper planes. I don't know.
Okay.
We can maybe use I don't know, their names or lyrics or sentences.
I like the lyrics. That sounds wicked. So how are you thinking that might work visually?
Basically, we have the local hero, Ronnie Flex. He's going to be the centerpiece. And then we have 2 wings flying away from it, up to different directions. And this is basically a metaphor to Biggie and Tupac as 2 beings that have left us from this place, but they're still inspiring and still guiding a lot of people, let's say, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like a dope idea, but time is of the essence. We need to crack on, and it's starting to rain as well, so yeah, let's get cracking.
Let's do this.
With the elements not quite in their favor, this big challenge just got even bigger.
The first thing is with the sort of pressure of time, what I've done is I've took some photographs of the wall, and by stitching those photographs in Photoshop and then having a look at the imagery that we're working with and work out how we're going to place them. Because those are things you'd probably do if we had time. We'll just do that on site, but we don't have the luxury of time. So by using technology, we're able to sort of look away from the wall and say, okay, this is going to work here in this way, and I get an idea of how I'm going to, the proportions of a portrait on this surface.
Basically the wall, and I'm putting up this small paper planes, and yeah, I came up with parts of lyrics from Biggie.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine.
Exactly.
Salt and pepper and heavy D up in the limousine.
Yeah, so yeah, I have head up for Tupac, like you gotta keep your head up. And yeah, these are the 2 sentences I'm gonna be work with the kites.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's get crack-a-lacking.
Drift represents an alternative Black British narrative. His murals and accompanying backstories are a tribute to living unsung heroes and are larger than life.
I started painting in 1985, kind of like really heavily involved in graffiti, particularly train painting and lettering. So I did that for quite many years, but in the last couple of years, we really just focused solely on street portraiture. I think you can recognize my work from the colors. And it's always like large scale. I really want impact. I think, we're bombarded with adverts, we're bombarded with all sorts of things on the street visually, and I just don't want my work to be like some sort of, shrinking in the corner. I want it to be like in your face, proud, inspiring, and bold, and visible. It's very important to me. I really spend quite a lot of time on things like the lips and definitely the eyes. I think for me, it's like you can do an amazing portrait, but if the eyes don't connect with the audience, then for me, it doesn't work. There's something missing. So I really spend a lot of time making sure that you connect with the eyes.
The people I would say are local heroes. They're unsung heroes. People with good hearts, good minds, and they're the ones that fly a little bit under the radar. To get those stories out into the public, and if it inspires people, if it creates discussion, whatever it may be, that's really my focus at the moment.
Raf is a guy that just goes to the wall and he's very loose and he's like, paint, paint, paint. It looks like it's just flowing very naturally. And you can see this from the beginning, the way we approach the wall. Like, I go there and I put up a grid, and he goes there and he looks at the wall, he looks at the photo, and he's like, okay. And it's completely different.
Nuno Villegas breathes street art. With his clean visuals and cool compositions, he constantly pays a tribute to graffiti and street art writers around the world. By living his dream, he makes others fly.
My style is the combination of the technique that I use, more photorealistic painting, and the subject of graffiti. It's very figurative, hyper-realistic in a way, and with a small touch of surrealism. My work is a constant tribute to graffiti writers, like the diehardists that put all at stake for nothing than a picture at the end of the day. So I paint a lot of elements, a lot of items that are related with daily basis, let's say. And these are from bolt cutters, barbed wire, spray cans, rocks, cameras, reflective vests. All these elements that make part of the graffiti culture. One of the elements that I'm working a lot with is with the paper planes. The paper plane is a sheet of paper where you put your sketch on, and what you do with your sketch is quite important. You can just put it in a trash bin, put it in a drawer, or you can make a paper plane with it and make it fly, you know? And that's kind of a metaphor in a way for life.
Being a true free-handed street artist, Dref is already feeling the first clash of styles in this collaboration.
No, I don't understand what you're doing. So these random shapes, are these going to be part of the painting?
No. All this is gonna be buffed in the end. So yeah, basically it's a grid that I don't measure. So I just make a random layout here, and then I overlay with the paper plane and with the use of new technologies, and it makes it very easy and faster.
Get it? Nice.
The way that Nuno works is totally the opposite to the way that I work. And I find that really, really interesting. You know, I don't work with grids at all. I can see how that's a benefit for him in terms of the accuracy of the execution of what he's doing. And then, whereas with me, it's not really about that. I'm trying to do more about vibes. So it's really interesting.
The most important thing for me is to build in blocks of areas of colour. So by filling in the areas that I know are definitely not going to be where the figure is sitting, then it just gives me a better understanding of the space that I'm filling.
On Nuno's side, things aren't running so smoothly.
I think we're gonna need 2 layers on this. Wow. Time. This is gonna take forever, man. This is a lot of time. The paint is wet, but the weather is very moist, and this is gonna take forever to dry. It's a big area to cover as well, so when I grabbed the roller and I started rolling the wall, I was like, okay, this is gonna take forever, because a lot of elements here are just not helping to speed up the process. And I'm gonna take a big while to finish my piece. I'm gonna take quite a while to finish my piece.
You know, it's going to be a challenge, I'm not going to lie. You know, Nuno working at a different pace to myself. My intention was to work as fast as possible so that then I could free myself up to give him a hand. You know, I could see that, you know, he's starting to get a little bit stressed out.
So it needs to come like this here.
So I just hold this here.
With each wall being over 10 meters long and 6 meters wide, the measurements for Nuno's planes have to be huge. And that's asking a lot of Nuno's time and patience.
The paint is not drying. The tape is not sticking to the wall. This is a big issue for me because there are some lines that's very important for them to be straight. I don't know if I'll make it, man. It's gonna be hard.
Only a few hours into the challenge, and things do not look promising. Are time pressures already proving too much for the team?
When I saw that, you know, the weather wasn't favourable to what Nuno was trying to achieve, and that kind of just inspired me to work even faster.
What colours that you're using now?
White.
Okay, cool. I've got white here, so I'll fill that in.
Yeah, just follow up this line and watch out with this one.
Yeah, it's definitely very important that Draft is helping me out because otherwise it wouldn't be possible. I need an extra pair of hands to do this.
But when the two artists join forces, stress levels are fading and smiles are on the up.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
What you don't know won't hurt.
This is a lot of walls to paint red, man. Yeah, man, your health is precious. I think, yeah, man, I was stressing a bit with this.
It's cool, it's just the weather's not favourable, so...
Appreciate your help, man. Thanks.
So good, baby, baby!
To help fire up their team spirit, Janelva, the building's owner, decides to give the guys a warm treat on this cold and misty day.
Coffee?
Yeah. Any digestive biscuits? Any biscuits with that?
Biscuits? Then it's tea with biscuits. I can arrange that.
It was really good to meet Ganalfa when she brought us out there on coffee, you know, because when I came to the wall and sort of looked at the surroundings, I really couldn't understand, you know, why we were painting this particular location.
Originally, this place was an old shipyard, and we restored old ships. And right now, we want to take the place to a new level as one a big cultural place where people can come from all kind of backgrounds and people who are excluded from the social participation. And I think that they need a place where they can feel home and where they can show their talents.
Great place there, and you can give back, an opportunity to give back to the community, and the community can come back and share their help here.
Yes.
Great. You know, the work that Ganalfa is doing here is just really so inspiring, and it's really just given us so much fuel to carry on, and also the understanding and the context of why we're doing the work in the first place. Hopefully that, you know, people are maybe who are not necessarily aware of what's going on inside, you know, maybe hopefully they'll see what's going on the outside, and the outside will reflect the work, the amazing work that you guys are doing on the inside.
Exactly.
Cool.
Do you need some people with the wall?
We need an army.
Yeah, we need an army. Exactly. Yeah.
Let me try to get some people to help you out.
As they say in the US, we can use some help.
Use some help.
Yeah, for sure.
With hot coffee and an army of helpers, the artist's luck is finally in.
The helpers have arrived. Hi.
Thanks a lot.
Hi. So what can we do for you guys?
Yeah, so basically we're a bit behind schedule.
Yeah.
We have a little pressure. And yeah, we need to paint the red, so the background.
All right.
And we need to speed up with this. So.
All right, let's do it.
Yes, let's get some paint and let's get cracking. Bam! Perfect. Yeah, the guys came very excited and willing to help, and yeah, this set another atmosphere, and this always helped. Like, their energy always affects us, and it refreshed the air, let's say. So it was definitely good. Wow, guys, it's super fast.
Yeah.
Yes, Red Army.
It looks like one coat's gonna be fine, man. Yeah, this help was precious. We really needed, and the guys did an amazing job. Like, I thought we would need like 2-3 layers because the paint was a bit translucent. I don't know, man, they did magic. They just rolled up the wall and it was like one coat and it's done. So yeah, much appreciated for that.
All right, guys, you got it.
Thanks a lot.
You only need to finish the top part.
Looks great, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Really appreciate that.
No problem.
Good job. Nice one, guys. Take care.
To see you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Bye.
Good luck.
Thanks a lot. Have a good evening.
But despite all this help, the wall is far from finished.
So I think tonight isn't a free night. I think we're gonna have to work through the night in order
Not
to get
for me,
this.
for sure, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, I still have a lot of work to do with these letters.
Okay, look, I've got pretty much a few bits of highlight. I've got the ears and some shaping up to do. Once that's done, I think we're definitely gonna have to work into the night, speed up the process a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds like a plan, man. I'm gonna need help for this, for sure, man.
All right, cool.
And that is a bit of an understatement. Just one of Nuno's planes normally takes him at least 3 days. So to make 2 enormous planes with drop shadows and 3D letters in 2 days seems impossible, especially since he's not even finished the first one.
Okay, we got light to work during the whole night, man. Cool. I don't need these lights, I need a bed. Oh, I'm so tired, man.
With so much still to do, sleeping is not an option. So the artist's only choice is to work on through the night to stand a chance of finishing the wall in time.
Graf, can you give me a hand? One of my characteristics is like everything needs to be super tight. This is part of me that goes into my paintings. And for this, to make the letters tight, I need to put tape on it. And I need to put the tape, I need to step back, look at it, see if the angles are good. Yeah, this is time consuming.
And time is what Nuno is running out of fast. Will he be able to finish his letters before dawn? Or will Dref need to pitch in again to help him out?
The letters, even though it looks a very small part of the painting, it consumes the most of the time. So yeah, this stresses me because I see time is going. Like, I don't have time to finish this, and I still have a lot of time to do the letters. So yeah, it's getting critical here.
Yeah, it was good to work in the night, much needed in terms of getting a likeness and getting the vibe of the painting. It's really important for me to get the eyes, nose and mouth done as quickly as possible. So that's kind of done, and I sort of made a start on the ear as well.
On Nuno's side, things aren't looking so smooth. Confidence is at an all-time low, and with midnight approaching fast, Nuno could be in trouble.
So yeah, we're working, it's night, and I'm putting up these letters, and I'm looking at it, and something is not okay. And this is not the time for stuff not to be okay.
Got a sketch?
Yeah.
Bring a sketch.
For what?
For this one.
For this one.
When you look at this one, the dream,
yeah,
it has the three-dimensional.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't have that because you haven't followed how it actually would be, which would be starting like this from the H and moving like this.
Yeah.
So the H and the E are way off. The A and the D are also way off, and the U and the P are okay. That's basically what's not working on this.
Dref calls me up and he's like, "Yo, no, this is not very, this is not as three-dimensional, let's say. So something is not working there." And yeah, this is when I realized, like, I messed up here. So I need to rethink this sketch. I don't have time, but I have to do it. Yeah, man, I think I need to do the letters again, man. It's just not straight.
I don't think we have the time to do that. My suggestion is you do it freehand.
Never, man. No. I don't do freehand. Like, it's not my style and it's not how I work. Like, this is not gonna look my work if I do it freehand. And yeah, man, the standard is not gonna be there, and I don't work this way, so no way. No, I'm not doing it freehand for sure.
If you do it freehand and then you look at where the letters are supposed to be, then you can go back over it with the masking tape to make it look crisp.
Nah.
No, but why not?
It doesn't work for me, man.
As I predicted at the beginning, I knew there was going to be potential for some fists to be thrown. We nearly got to that point, like, you know, we were tired, and you know, it was kind of like stressing out with all the different elements that we had to consider about to just try and push through it, because I know that two of us like that isn't gonna find it. We're not gonna find any solutions that way. Okay, if you ask me, I think we're getting close to midnight. Both tired, full day's work. I think anything else is gonna be we're gonna just be making mistakes that's gonna cost us in time to fix. So my suggestion is we sleep on it, come back tomorrow with a fresh mind, and fix it on a good night's sleep.
Yeah,
That's the plan. That's the plan. I'll sleep over it, but tomorrow I come with the same conviction. Going freehand is just not gonna happen here for sure. No, it's not me. I'm not doing it, and no discussion about it.
Day one ended with tensions at an all-time high and the challenge hanging in the balance. The question is, did Nuno change his mind overnight in order to save the collaboration?
Okay, so it's D-Day. Last night we worked all night. This is where we're at. Like, what's the plan for today?
Yeah, man, there's still a lot to do, man, for me. Yeah, so today's a new day. I'm trying to leave last night behind, because last night was super stressful. Basically, I had to redo the whole text again. I couldn't finish this last night. So yeah, man, we're in delivery day. Like, today is the day that this needs to be done, and I'm not sure if I can make it. It's as simple as that.
Okay, my suggestion, even though I know it's not your style, is, for the sake of getting it finished on time, is to do this freestyle, freehand.
I don't think it will work. I think I'll lose more time doing it this way.
I made the suggestion for Nuno to make his lettering freehand. Don't think he was really that keen to do it. But, you know, it's nothing dissimilar from Rembrandt and Van Gogh swapping notes and showing each other different techniques and styles and coming out with something that neither of them had experienced before.
So Nuno gives in and reluctantly starts erasing his work. But will his freehand adventure save this challenge?
The things when you're working with an artist that you don't know, you always have to give away. You cannot be stubborn and say, like, yeah, I'm sticking to my thing. So in order for things to go smoothly, I'll skip the tape and I'll just use a stencil, a pre-cut sheet, and I'll just go through the thing. Yeah.
With the utmost concentration, Nuno tries his best to work freehand.
How's it going? Yeah? Yeah, it looks a lot better. So Nuno decided not to use the tape in the end on the lettering, and it really worked well doing it freehand. So it's fantastic for him, because now next time he's in this situation, he'll be able to reach for that in his arsenal and know what kind of results he'll get with that. So it's been great.
I think we found a good solution to do this and to be quicker. And yeah, like he pushed and lead me to a faster process, let's say. And so far it's working. So maybe we can reach our deadline with a good end result. So yeah, let's see.
One thing that I kind of realized is that if the image is supposed to be inspirational, which my work, it's really important for me that my work is inspirational. I think there's enough bad news out there. The actual image wasn't, in the actual original image, he's crying. And that comes across in the eyes, even though I didn't do the tears. So I realized that by changing the eyes, then that will give a different reading of the painting. And something that wasn't clicking, and I realized that's what it was. So I came in this morning and I basically changed the eyes, and it's already like made a massive impact into how the painting is being read.
You bring the eyes up?
Yeah, it looks better. A lot better.
It's looking towards us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, all right.
Are you doing this to the sketch though?
Who?
The sketch. You're doing it from your head.
Yeah.
It looks like this is not the answer Dreff wanted to hear. And he's got all the reasons in the world to be worried. Because after Dreff's warning, Nuno is still working without a sketch.
It's pressure, like clock ticking, and I'm just running and doing this, and I think like it's good, you're doing good, and yeah, like when you get into this rhythm, like with all this stress and the time catching you, like you're prone to do mistakes, and yeah, I just made a huge one. Whoa. This is the worst part to screw up.
What's the problem?
I put a D instead of a P.
Instead of what?
This is where I have already, and on the bottom layer of the painting, I have a lot of shading work done. So this is not the part to mess up. Like, this is the part where you should just go and do it in one go. And yeah, and I mess up here.
That's why I said have the sketch in front of you. Seriously, have the sketch in front of you.
This is like taking a few steps back in the process. So yeah, time consuming all the time. Time.
We're under pressure, so if we're not referring to things, we're gonna forget things.
From my learning, when you're working under this type of pressure, it's a good idea to constantly work from the reference. Even though you know what it is that you're painting, in tiredness and under pressure, you're going to make mistakes. So that's just a way to minimize the mistakes.
Which grey was it?
The wolf.
Wolf.
Things that I have the gradient here already, so...
Doesn't matter, just these are little things. No one's gonna see that.
No.
Oh, okay.
Just from there. Here is where you can see like the difference between a guy that just goes and do stuff freehand and is very flowy, and me that like I need to have things planned. His influence got me to be quicker, but also to take bigger risks, let's say.
But painting freehand seems to be too great a risk for Nuno, and everything starts to go wrong for him.
What you should do, no, bro, you should come back. Nuno, come back so you can see where the gradient is, because you can go over the black. You won't be able to go over the grey again. So just see where the gradient is. Like that line you just done there, that's going to be too harsh. You're going to have to soften that so you can dust over it with the other one. I think when Nuno made the mistake of painting the D instead of the P, you know, I kind of realized that somebody needed to take the lead, and it doesn't matter who it was. It just so happened to be me, and I had some ideas of how we were going to, make the situation better. Also, look, you've done this gradient, yeah? But when you lift this tape, you're going to get the line going all the way through.
Yeah, I'll fix that later.
Take the tape off from the P onwards. Take that off, do the gradient, then do the black, because then you know that's done.
But it's not gonna fade that much.
Take it off and see. Because you don't know. Maybe it isn't, but what about if it does? It's more time. The paint can often move to an area of the painting that you don't want it to move to, and then you're now having to clean that area up. And it's just wastes too much time. So I was just trying to explain that we need to really think about, okay, if we do this, it's gonna affect this, and that is gonna affect time, and we don't have much time.
Rapper Ronnie Flex became an important role model in his neighborhood when hip-hop changed his life for good. Rapper and Rotterdam hip-hop star Big J knows this all too well, because without hip-hop, this bad neighborhood would have been a dead-end street for him too.
Yeah, if it wasn't for hip-hop music, I wasn't alive right now, so it's hard. I grew up with my father, but it was hard because he was on drugs. My mother was in jail, and I feel like kind of lonely. Then the street love started coming. When you go on the streets, a lot of friends of mine were selling drugs. They was robbing people. I was losing hope in life. I felt in darkness. I remember one day, my cousin came at my home, and he had an album. And it's very funny because a lot of people say, yeah, it's very cliche, but he had an album from Wu-Tang Clan. And I was listening to it, and I was like, yo, what is this? It was so crazy that I didn't know what hip-hop was. I didn't listen to music. And I was like, yo, who's this? What is this? He said, yeah, this rap music is hip-hop music. And I started listening to the album, and I was like, nah, let me write my feelings on paper. I was rapping, and then I started changing, man. I started changing in my head, in my life. And it was funny because I started changing myself, start changing my people around me because they start believing that I could be a big rapper. And after that, I start doing what I had to do, and music gave me a better life. And that's my story. Hip-hop saved my life.
Dref and Nuno teamed up in the cultural capital of Holland, Rotterdam, to take on their challenge.
I think I want Biggie, Pac, and Ronnie Flex on the board.
Right from the beginning, Mother Nature threatened to ruin the challenge.
I'm not sure if I can make it. It's as simple as that.
And to stand a chance of finishing on time, they needed to conquer the night, but things started heating up for all the wrong reasons.
My suggestion is you do it freehand.
Never, man. No discussion about it.
But Dref didn't give in and took the lead in order to save the challenge.
Come back. That line you just done there, that's going to be too harsh. You're going to have to soften that. What color is that you're using now? Speed up.
With an hour to go and the wall far from finished, Dref turns up the heat even further when he sees some stuff he didn't plan on seeing.
I'm going to try and do the background I've done on mine, behind, see if it works. If it doesn't, you just go over with the red.
And where are you doing it?
In these areas. Towards the end of the painting, I was very mindful that it really did look like two separate paintings. So what I did is I kind of stood back and looked at devices that I could use that would be very quick but effective. That was the key thing. It needed to be quick and effective. So I decided that it would be a good idea to expand the background that I did under Nuno's planes and tie them in together so it would look more like we've been working together. How long we got left?
Check. 30 minutes. Less than that, 25. At this point, even Draft is like stressing. Like even he is like going crazy and filling in, and yeah, like even I can see that even he is under pressure. And he's always the guy that has been super chill and it's cool and we have time and we can do this, and yeah, very flowy. But yeah, now like he is feeling the pressure as well. Yeah.
And with time running away with them, there's no more room for error. The artists have to push themselves hard and stay focused in order to stand a chance of finishing in time.
Do you think you have time to help me out with the windows?
No, I'm gonna do the background. You do the windows, I do the background.
Okay. Stress is now at its peak, so yeah, it's getting critical here.
With only 5 minutes left, adrenaline is pumping, and the artists start to chase each other to get the job done.
Okay, man, really need to hurry up.
With a client already on his way, that is an understatement. And to make matters worse, Ronnie Flex has decided to come along.
I'm looking forward to the refill because it's a great honor to be pictured on the wall, especially in my own city. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's great. Yeah.
I didn't want the background to look really clean because I wanted it to be in contrast to the kind of cleanness of Nuno's planes. I wanted the contrast to that, to make them jump out and pop more. That's why I started thinking about drips. But yeah, I did feel it.
What with drips, man?
Cool, what I would do now, right, with the red, in fact, just give me the big roller, and I'm gonna make it so there's a bit more space. So yours, the background is so close to yours. So I just took the lead. It was like, right, we need to do this, we need to do this, no airs and graces, just literally instruction, get the work done, and get out. And that's kind of like where we're at. And there was definitely that kind of like frantic, hectic energy, but it was needed. You have to dig deep and dig for certain things at a particular time, and that was the time for speed. Yeah, Nuno, I think we're done. I think it's finished. I think
yeah,
that's
it's
it.
clean, man. I think we're done with this. It's tight.
Okay, nice one.
Damn, man.
I'm happy with the outcome. Yourself?
Yeah. At this point, I'm happy we made it. It's there. It's good. Everything is in its place, and we made it in 2 days. Like to cover this area and to do this with my work, it would take me at least 5 days of focused work, and doing it in 2 days, that's super. Yeah, that's quite a big achievement.
Sick. Dick, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Wow, it's really a cool wall. I'm really happy with it. It's crazy. I'm really thankful. Yeah, man, I love it. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So, good.
Cool. Hey, you good?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I need to change the hair now. Give me the black, man.
Yeah, I like this. It's crazy, man. This is my city, man. I get my own face in my city.
Definitely the best reward is seeing Ronnie flex, and he's like, oh my God, man, it's me on a wall. Like, this is amazing, and yeah, and you can see that it's like a true emotion coming, and yeah, this is the best reward you can ever get from a project like this.
I see the lyrics from Biggie and Pac, and yeah, I think it's a nice thing that it connects to me. So yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I think whenever I've traveled anywhere in the world, even India, the thing that people always know of hip hop is Tupac and Biggie.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it's universal language of hip hop, you know?
Yeah, for real.
So yeah, it's nice. And it got you in the middle and it kind of connects. All elevating out.
Yeah, man, it's so nice for the kids walking by. That's incredible.
Yeah, Biggie and Pac, like, they've been role models for a lot of youth.
Yeah, for me also.
And yeah, now you're taking this responsibility as well, you know. So yeah, that's why we're merging this.
Crazy, man.
So, yeah,
I appreciate it, man. Well, I'm really honored to be a symbol between the two biggest artists in hip-hop of all time, and I hope that everybody in the neighborhood just gets inspired by it, and they just know and believe that everything is possible, because it is, and they can do anything.
There's definitely been struggles and definitely been hills to try and climb, but I think we've got to the top. And I feel like not only have we come away with a strong piece of artwork, I also feel like I've maybe made a friend as well. In terms of like in the future, I'm sure we'll connect and maybe paint again in a different space and a different time, and that's just fantastic. Can't ask for more than that.
Guys, you really nailed it. I'm so proud of this piece of work. And I hope this wall will be the inspiration for the kids in the neighborhood. That they have something to look up to. Like, yo, one day I could be like him or Biggie or Pac. So, yeah, you guys nailed it.
I really hope that we achieve the goal, that people can see that this wall reflects the people that came from nothing and they made it through, regardless, like the neighborhood that you're coming from, like Biggie, Pac, and Ronnie Flex. They all started from the same ground, let's say. They all started with very harsh conditions, and thankfully they succeeded. And yeah, man, it's possible. Like, we can all do the same. Just need to use our brains and be motivated and believe our dreams, yeah.
Countries, 8 walls, 8 assignments.
We have the wall, and it's huge. Running out of time.
2 days.
Time is up.
1 mission.
1, 2, 3, team.
In each episode, 2 of the world's hottest street artists mash up their styles in one unique task. They need to give it everything they've got to bring color to the streets of the world's most famous cities. From London to Hong Kong, from Ibiza to Bangalore. Across the globe, these artists are challenged to blend their styles and perspectives into a unique work of street art. In each city, a local client gives the assignment to create a special mural.
We want it to be a tribute to
passion, adrenaline, all has to come down in here.
Can they paint the best wall their client has ever seen? Will clashing styles and egos threaten the challenge?
I don't have a lot of requests, and I accept most of your requests.
Or will the short time frame prove too much to handle? This is Street Art Challenge. In this episode, America's Finest teams up with Belgium's best street artist in the surf capital of Europe.
Hey, guys.
Good to see you, man. Well, I'm really looking forward to what we come up with.
Straight off the bat, the client ups the stakes when he tells them his very clear vision for the assignment.
For me, surfing is all about passion. The first feeling I got of sliding down a wave, I could never stop. I'd really like you guys to try and represent that passion.
And just when the guys are in the best flow ever, disaster strikes hard.
Yeah, this is not gonna work. This is not good.
Man, what is that?
Will they succeed and overcome their differences?
I have a different idea for the left part, for the background.
Or will the client's huge demands prove too much for this street art challenge?
I'm a little bit nervous about what he's gonna think. I really hope he's gonna like it. Yeah.
Just a few kilometers from Europe's oldest city, Lisbon, lies the seaside resort of Ericeira. This wonderful setting of waves, wind, and laid-back surf vibes will be the stage for the challenge of a lifetime. The perfect waves here mean you can surf all year round, so no wonder this has become Europe's super surf hotspot. And on the beach of this cool little surfer town, you meet Portugal's surf legend and client for this week's challenge, João. Since the age of 10, João has spent most of his life in and on the waves, so surfing is in his blood.
This place is a magical place. I mean, I've been coming here since I'm 10. We used to, like me and the group of people that used to train with me, we used to come here every end of summer for a huge competition that happened in here, and we'd just come here to watch the guys surf, and they were like our heroes at the time, you know? So from my first steps into like a more serious relationship with surfing, Ericeira was at the center of everything. Surfing is so special to me, and that is why I feel that giving it a piece of brilliant art is a beautiful way to give back to a place that has given me so much.
That's why João invited two of the best street artists around to transform his ideas into a mural masterpiece. First up, Japan-based American contemporary artist, Das. His origami-inspired work is unique in the scene. With vivid colors and mathematical shapes, he turns every street he sprays into an art gallery. Das is teaming up with Belgium's best, Bart Smeets, better known as Smeets. This multi-talented street artist transforms ordinary walls into extraordinary masterpieces. Inspired by realistic drawings and paintings, Smeets' work is so unique, it speaks for itself. To get inspiration for the challenge, the guys meet up in Lisbon's art district.
Hey, guys.
Good to see you, man. I really admire his work, especially the shark that he did under this underpass. And I remember just looking at it going, that's really amazing, really impressive work. So when I had the opportunity to meet him, I was really excited to do that.
Ever been to Portugal before?
No, first time.
Yeah, me too.
We're gonna be near the ocean. You used to surf at all when you?
No, not at all.
No?
I'm from Belgium. Our waves are like this high.
Yeah.
So no, I have no experience at all in surfing. No. I did snowboarding. It's some kind of surfing, but no, I have no relate. I have some friends of mine who surf. If I lived at the sea, starting from young age, and I could do it, yes, I'm sure about it. But Belgium, it's not really a surf country, so no.
Well, I'm really looking forward to what we come up with. You know, I mean, especially because our styles are so different. You're doing more like representational and realistic.
Yeah, I think it's always hard to like combine two totally different styles. I prefer working alone, but it's nice sometimes to work together because it can be lonesome if you work alone all the time. But if you work alone, you can decide everything yourself and you have full control of everything. I think if you succeed in putting it nicely together without forcing it too much, then it can turn out really nice.
To get to know their assignment, the artists are meeting João at his favorite beach, where he's riding the best waves of the day.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm Bart.
I'm João.
Hey, Das. Nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you. Well, I'm glad you're here in Ericeira. Have you been exploring it a little bit?
just arrived here today and we're watching the surfing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And do you surf like all day long, or is it in the morning and in the evening, or?
Well, it depends on the day. Like I've been 9 hours straight in the water.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
Surfing is hard to explain for people like that, you know? It's such an addictive feeling that when it's good, like even if you're hungry or you're thirsty or you're so tired, like you cannot move anymore, you still want to be in the water because that next wave may be the wave of your life, and you know, you don't want to leave.
So what would you like to see on the wall? What can we put up there for you?
For me, surfing is all about passion. Like from my first takeoff was at 8.
Yeah.
And from then on, like the first feeling I got of sliding down a wave, I could never stop. So I was hooked from the start. I'd really like you guys to try and represent that passion you feel from the beginning. It's not about the fun. Of course you have a lot of fun, but it's another gear above fun. It's like, well, when you're with a girl and you have fun, and when you're in a girl and you love the girl, like it's for sure not the fun one. It's for sure the love one.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's check out that wall.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
Nice.
This is where the Irisaira surfing fear, passion, adrenaline, all has to come down in here.
It was a little bit bigger than I thought, a little bit taller.
I really think this is a cool spot for you guys to actually start the artwork. It represents a lot of what Irisaira is, the past, the future, the fishermen, the surfers. And being so close to the sea, I think you will get a lot of inspiration.
Yeah, absolutely.
With just watching waves break and the information I just told you about what surfing is all about. I really think the wall would be in a neat place.
Yeah, I'm excited to get up on here and start working.
And I'm gonna go surfing, and you guys just paint the
Yeah, we're gonna
You go
start
surfing, we go painting.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
Oh, man. See
Thanks,
you.
bro.
Ciao.
Ciao.
The assignment is clear, but the size and position of the wall are giving the guys a hard time right from the start.
So it's bigger than you thought?
It's a little bit taller than I thought, yeah, but then we have to figure out how we're gonna get up to this top part over here.
Yeah. Yeah, because you also have the lightning pole blocking part. You have to check how wide it is.
There's a couple challenges we had trying to figure out, how am I gonna get up into that corner in there? You can literally.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and holding this, I mean, it's kind of, I don't know about getting up there though. Are we gonna,
Yeah, we can do a test with, for example, we use one of those platforms.
Yeah.
Putting it here, it's a little bit dangerous, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's not gonna work, huh?
The beginning wasn't that good.
So what do you think?
Start to just like sketch the wall.
Yeah.
A couple of times, so we have the right proportions and shape.
And while the guys start sketching, it turns out that being two completely different artists also has an upside.
Like the light, it's here.
Just because our styles are so different, it gives us a lot of freedom to throw our own take into it, and put our own ideas into an image.
I would do something with a passion, and it starts at a very young age, so it would be cool if you do something with a child.
Yeah.
If you check the wall this way, and you put a face looking to the left side, it watches directly to the sea. So maybe I'm gonna put a face on here.
Yeah, and like an expression that is, thinking about the future and thinking about the ocean and all those elements that he was giving us.
It's not like the happy smiley face, but not a sad face, more like some kind of a concentrated look. I'm just sketching to maybe test the proportions a little bit.
Flemish artist Smeets has been active for over 20 years in the street art scene and has developed into a realistic style painter few artists can match.
I started with a real focus on photorealism, and hyperrealism. And now I'm evolving more to a mix between realism and illustration. If you paint, you can paint whatever you want to paint, so why just keep it normal? Some artists, they have like one kind of a thing or theme that they do all the time. And I have phases for the moment. I did a lot of stuff underwater. I did a dog underwater, I did something with a shark. If you see underwater stuff, the chance is big that it's mine, but I did it so much that I don't want to do anything more underwater. And so I'm changing all the time because it gets boring in a while, so. Just to be sure that we're not having too many difficulties, I'm gonna put the face a little bit higher. So
well, maybe we can put like a hoodie. Like the child's wearing a hoodie. And then that way we can kind of like use the shape of the hoodie to kind of go up the slope.
Mm-hmm. That's a good, and you can do like, in your style, you can do like a pattern.
With images that combine representational, cubist, and abstract elements, Das creates humans, animals, and insects in the most exceptional forms.
I originally came up as doing murals in more of a traditional sense. When I moved to Japan back in 2006, there wasn't a lot of street art at all. So I saw it as an opportunity to kind of like dive into that and do stuff in my own style as opposed to doing the more commission work. The colors and the geometric shapes are representing ideas and thoughts and creativity that's happening in the mind of the subject. So there's two elements in my work. One is the color that I use. I tend to choose a lot of colors that probably shouldn't be put together, but there's a way I've figured out to kind of let them live in harmony. The other element is the geometric shapes that I use to put together the image. And those are pretty much the two pieces that come together, yeah.
Back at the wall, the artists are off to a flying start, with nothing standing in the way of their style mashup.
Yeah, I think that's filling the space nice.
So like this. So
we're kind of on the same page pretty quickly. Being able to combine his style and then the stronger, colorful, geometric stuff that I do, it was a natural process to create an idea.
When they're finished sketching, the guys start putting a grid on the wall, and they have a special technique for that, called scribbling.
It's like the most efficient way of making a grid on the wall.
So what kind of shapes you gonna do there, Bart?
All kind of different shapes. Some Pac-Mans.
Some Pac-Man?
Some
nice.
ghosts. Maybe some skulls.
So the scribbles are basically like reference points for the drawing. I like to do a lot of like twirls and...
A twirl? Okay, perfect.
This technique is, I think, is a much more advanced technique. Right away as being more efficient, and you can have fun.
The forms of the scribbles can be completely random, as long as they have good markers for the composition, so the artists can indulge themselves.
Then when you have that on the wall, you take a photograph of it. More. How's that? You take your sketch that you've had, you superimpose that, on your phone app, and then you use that to see where all your lines are gonna go. And it makes it go really fast, and it never fails. It's a perfect system. And what would we do without technology, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah, we can sit here in the middle of Portugal and make our whole sketch and put it on the wall and everything.
Yeah, we can put it perfectly on the wall. We're just gonna do it now. Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
With their creative grid in place, it's easy to see where the sketch needs to be drawn, so the basic outlines for their artwork are up on the wall in no time.
Yeah, right there's good. Okay, hang on.
But their modern and slightly mad technique is not clear to everyone.
People see that and they don't know what it is. And they think, is this the finished artwork? Is this what's gonna be on the wall? And That's why it's fun to put like really funny shapes in there. Don't. This is not going to be the artwork, So it's pretty funny.
It's also like, it's just till that point that you can see it from here.
Great. Yeah, because then I can just go straight down.
In the end, you won't see anything anymore of the scribblings. Those are just points of reference that will disappear totally.
All right. I'm good. Good till tomorrow.
With the last sunlight fading into the sea, the guys decide to call it a day.
Oh. I'm just so glad that it's finally on the wall.
Yeah.
I never thought we would be able to do it today, so it's really cool.
Yeah, we've already put ourselves ahead of schedule a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully, but I wish we had some wood that we could hold on to because you never know what's gonna happen, right?
Okay, but fingers crossed.
I hate to get like comfortable, because there's always something that comes up. Usually, there's something that slows down the process. You never know. Maybe it's gonna be a smooth, experience. I hope so. But we'll just have to wait and see.
When the new morning breaks in Irisara, the artists are welcomed with a gift. When João heard about the guy's tree problem, he asked the owner of the wall to remove it for them as a surprise.
And they removed
Yeah.
It's gonna look really nice from here, man.
Oh, it's gonna be so much easier to paint now.
We asked them to take a part of the branches away because it was a little bit blocking the view. It'd be a shame if like 1/3 of Dazi's work would be behind the tree, so yeah, they're being too nice.
Almost the whole part of the tree was gone. Actually, it was a little bit more than what I wanted because it was kind of like helping me keep my balance up there. So it was a little bit more of a challenge.
With the tree out of their way, Das and Smates can almost start painting. The only thing left now is picking the right color.
It's like Christmas, isn't it?
This one for my darker parts, this one for my lighter parts, and no flashy colors. So everything that is like pretty intense is definitely yours.
Yeah.
Once they're all set, the guys can pick up both the cans and their pace and get cracking.
It was a relief to finally get started. We could finally do what we're best at and what we're here for.
Getting the grid and the outline sorted on the first day has given the artists a leg up in the challenge. And with team spirit flying high, they're on schedule for success.
This is a color that you didn't like because it didn't cover that much, huh? Yeah.
Bart uses a lot of flesh colors, and I use a lot of different colors. So, but some colors that I had Bart liked, so sure, use them. I mean, as long as there's enough to fill in the space I need, I have no issue sharing.
I'm trying to make the different kinds of shadings in the lip. If you have like a dark red and then you have a lighter red, and it has to be also maybe a little bit more purple. So that's the way with spray paint you work layer on layer, and that way you create like the different kinds of shadings. You can mess it up, you can definitely mess it up, but that's something, the more you do it, the less it happens. Okay, it's going really fast. You're putting your shapes up right now, and if you have like some parts that are a little bit too high for you to fill up, just let me know, because I'm a little bit taller, so I can reach the higher parts and just fill it up for you.
Yeah, thanks. I might be able to reach it. That blue looks nice behind the face there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really...
Yeah. But now I'm gonna quit, because this is like one can.
Yeah.
We're gonna use a wall paint. I'm gonna paint all the scribblings, paint over it, and then I'm gonna fade in it. So first I'm gonna put all the white.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna see how far I'm gonna fade with the blue, so I can make like a nice fading, so it's gonna be really nice.
Lisbon is the place for cutting-edge street art, especially the Chrono Project. The very best Portuguese street artists made this urban creative experiment world famous, and Rita is responsible for keeping it that way. As street art conservator, she's responsible for protecting the town's newfound heritage.
We are in one of the main avenues in the city, and these pieces we see here is the beginning of the project that started in May 2010. The project was called Chrono Project. They created 4 different momentums during the 4 different seasons. can see a corporate man sucking the globe in Amazon with all these petrolific brands on the crown, like controlling the world is obviously an activist and really important message. That's why this is my favorite in here. The scene is so vivid because after the revolution in '74, there was a lot of political messages, paintings. So yeah, we have this background of supporting arts.
Street art in the city is scattered with political and social messages. One of the biggest is a collaboration between Shepard Fairey and Lisbon's own superstar street artist, Feels.
Here you can see a representation of an Arabic woman. It's a calling of attention for the problems of racism, Islamophobia, and all kinds of phobias, representing this minority, calling attention for the more fragilized ethnic groups. This works really well, gathering these two iconic styles of street art and public art.
At the wall, Dawson's mates have made so much progress, they've even surprised themselves.
I don't think we expected to get to this point at this time.
Yeah, it's going faster.
But you never know what's going to happen, so it's kind of like I don't want to be excited that I'm ahead of schedule because, you know, something may slow us down or whatever.
I'm happy with the speed, but now it's a little bit difficult with the sun coming to the wall.
Yeah.
So for me, it's going to be better as soon as we have like full sun and no reflections of the
trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes you can't even. It looks like you're not getting the right fills.
Yeah,
because you've got these light coming through.
But I think, yeah, maybe in 1 hour we have full sunshine.
I think it's looking really good so far.
Yeah, and it's like my color use is also like soft enough to go really well what you're doing, and it's gonna be perfectly together.
Yeah, that's why I had to drop that crazy pink.
I use
man.
a little bit in the lip.
I see that.
I'm gonna paint over it, so but a little bit of it in the lip is nice for the lightning.
Yeah.
So I think I'm now gonna fill up the hair so that we already feel the entire face.
Yeah, I'll keep moving up.
Okay.
Right across there.
With the sun come curious tourists, keen to see the piece come together. Soon, everyone starts to wonder what the meaning is behind the colorful boy on the wall.
Wofür ist das? Was hat das für Bedeutung, das schöne Bild?
The image is for like a little kid that's watching directly at the sea and is dreaming about surfing, but we don't put like real surf images in it. It's like the little child who dreams to become a real good surfer when he gets grown up, old. It's really nice because most of the people, when they come and talk to you, it's because they like what you're doing and they want to just ask some standard questions. Often it's mostly the same questions that they always ask. And we put it like this because it looks directly to the sea. That's the idea.
Alles klar, wunderschön.
Danke. If it's not too much, it's nice because they don't have any bad intentions. It's nice if people comment in a positive way about your work. And here it's really nice because it happens sometimes, not too much. If you're, for example, at a festival and there are like more than 100 people passing by all day long and they interrupt you like all the time, it's not fun at all because you have to stay polite because it's not their fault. They're visiting the festival, they want to talk to you. But here it's super, no problem at all.
You see this brown up here I just did?
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to have any conflict with any of the skin tones that you're putting up here on his face?
No, because it's exactly there where the hair is coming out of the hood. So I'm going to make it darker so that you really feel the hair coming out.
Yeah.
So the contrast will be big enough and it won't conflict with my colors, not at all. Cool. If I, by accident, spray over your part, is it a problem?
I can fix it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah.
When Das continues to fill in the shapes in the hoodie, he encounters a little obstacle.
It's nice that the tree's gone, but now I don't have anything to hold on to.
Maybe we can put the ladder next to the tree. Maybe if we can even move it like this, you have some kind of a stair to walk on instead of the slope.
Yeah.
Let's try.
It's a good idea.
Maybe it's even more difficult, I don't know.
As long as it doesn't slide unexpectedly. Oh, this is all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
The cultural platform Underdogs and the city of Lisbon have succeeded in turning art into an everyday experience. All over the city, you can find murals and artwork. One of the main contributors of the Lisbon urban art is their own Vils, who also collaborated on a very special memorial for Lisbon's most famous fado singer.
We are in Alfama. Alfama is the oldest neighborhood in Lisbon, also one of the most typical. Here we see a piece that was created in 2015, so it's quite recent. They wanted to make a tribute to Amália Rodrigues, like the fado queen, died in 1999. Well, what you see here is a direct connection between this typical pavement that goes directly to the wall, make the connection between both. There's also a really sweet thing about this piece. There's a really known line of Amalia's song, saying that when I cry, even the cobblestones cry. So here, when it rains, she also cries like the cobblestones. And that's like these little details that this neighborhood is full of.
Das and Smates flew in to take on their challenge in the surf hotspot of Europe, Lisbon's Ericeira.
For me, surfing is all about passion. I'd really like you guys to try and represent that passion.
Using the same technique of putting on a grid, the artists hit it off straight away.
What kind of shapes you gonna do there, Bart?
All kind of different shapes. Some Pac-Mans.
Some Pac-Man?
Some
Nice.
ghosts.
And after that, this dream team was unstoppable.
Yeah, it's going fast.
But when it looked like they were riding the wave of their lives, the current started to change.
I have no idea what it was, but they told me it was a bucket of paint, but it was more like milk or, yeah, yogurt.
I turned around and I saw that he had the pole there. Want some gloves, man?
Oh, too late.
And then all the paint all over him, and I was thinking, well, what just happened? You know, like what's going on with the paint? Should we close it and shake it, or do you think that's just how it is?
I just.
It already is.
Yeah, it's just like that. So.
With day 2 coming to an end, the 48-hour deadline is closing in fast. So if the paint's not sticking to the wall, the artists will have big problems finishing up tomorrow morning. Well, there's only one way to find out.
I was thinking, like, okay, maybe one small layer of this strange product over the scribblings.
With the evening kicking in, there's no time left to order new paint. So the only way is up and hope for the best.
That's no paint, you know.
Oh, man, what is that?
No, it sucks a little bit. I don't know what it is. We're gonna need real paint.
Yeah, this is not gonna work.
This is not good.
Das's fear has become reality. The paint isn't covering the scribbles.
Okay, so what's gonna happen now? Like, how are we gonna paint this white out? You know, all this scribble stuff, because we've basically got paint that we can't use. So it was just one of those things that you kind of expect. Maybe you don't expect it to happen, but you know something like that's gonna happen. And then there it was. It was the one thing that we really kind of needed today, but it wasn't right.
Having the wrong paint and not being able to continue their work, the guys are thrown off their game. So day 2 ends in a big disappointment.
I know what, let's call it a day.
Yeah.
With yesterday's setback behind them, the artists need to push hard to finish the mural this morning. Because Das still needs to fill in the colors in the hoodie, and Smates is far from finished with his shadows and details of the face. And on top of it all, they still need to cover the scribbles.
The scribblings around the character were bothering the entire feel and look of the composition.
With just a few hours left, the guys managed to get a new bucket of paint straight out of Lisbon. But there's no more room for error. This paint has got to be right.
Okay, we have real paint.
Yeah, it's good?
Yeah, we have real paint.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get, so it was a big relief, and I really felt like the pressure we had to finish on time was a lot lessened.
So let's hope it covers up really nicely. Okay, we're
And
gonna
it's
try.
a matte finish too? Or flat or matte?
We'll see.
Yeah?
We'll see. I hope so. I even think it's exactly the same color as the wall, so otherwise we have to like really cover everything.
Yeah.
We're gonna see, yeah.
It's nice and thick though, it's not gonna drip everywhere.
With the paint on the wall and the scribbles away, things are looking up again.
It's so nice to paint in this weather, isn't it? The cans just flow.
Yeah, it's perfect, and also seeing the colors, like exactly as they have to be. So
Well, it's nice to see how it looks without so much sun and then the sun directly. It gives you an idea of kind of like things that you may need to fix that you wouldn't normally see with the bright sunlight.
I will just have to continue before the sun comes out.
So what do you think Zhao's gonna think about this?
I really hope he's gonna like it, the way we approached his team of surfing and the passion. So I'm also a little bit nervous about what he's gonna think. I really hope he's gonna like it. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I think he's really gonna relate to the expression.
Yeah, that's the main goal, and then the emotional explanation of the
colors. And,
yeah.
Colors have emotions attached to them. You know, red is a very passionate color, blue is a more somber color, you know, yellow is a more happy, brighter color. So just by using those kinds of colors, I think I'm able to translate some of these elements. Passion, dedication, a little bit of fear and danger in there. So it may be in a very abstract way, but for me, it's representing that.
It will be okay. It will be okay.
Yeah.
With all the scribbles gone, there are no more distractions in the composition, and that gives Smates new ideas for the mural.
I have a different idea for the left part, for the background. Always when you get to the end, the finishing part, it always takes longer because then you start like maybe this line again, maybe I'm gonna add something here. I would more or less follow the same direction and cut it there, just fill it up with blue, just cut it with tape so it's really tight.
Yeah.
And then maybe in front of the eye, add like one small triangle in this color.
When Bart came up with the idea of cutting the hard line behind the face, putting that focal point, at that moment, it all just came together. Triangle coming away from the eye?
I think one that says even more that he's focused on the sea.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, because that way we have like the connection between your squares, the looking at the sea. It can be nice.
And it's going to draw the attention this way. It was a brilliant idea. It pulled everything together. Yeah, that's the point. We're going to be able to make it before he gets here?
Yeah, sure.
It's almost 12 o'clock. So we got... Let's get close.
With his new idea coming just before the deadline, Smates is taking a big risk in the challenge. Will he be able to pull it off?
We have to rush like crazy to get it finished. I still have to add some lightning, the hair. I have to do the hair properly.
Let me look over here.
And while Smates is pushing hard to finish his piece as fast as possible, Das is increasing the pressure with another last-minute idea.
So there's one thing I kind of am looking at. I'm not sure how you feel about it, but this line is just really thin.
Yeah.
Maybe just like...
I'm just gonna go over it again and make it just a little bit thicker. It's gonna be,
okay.
it's a little bit too thin right now.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's much better. What's the time? Yeah, it's 15 minutes.
I really wanted to have Zhao have a connection to the artwork. You know what? Why don't we just leave this spot right here for Zhao to fill in?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll let him pick a color that's from my palette here. And
if it's really a terrible choice, we adjust it, but
yeah,
I think it will be okay. And now I have to sign.
Yeah, I'm shaking it up here for you.
Thank you.
We wanted to combine our names together and just use the S of the last letter in my name as for the first of his, and I think that works out really cool.
I don't like it.
You don't look happy.
I don't like it.
With the last few minutes ticking away, I don't like it is not what Das wants to hear. And with a client already on his way, Smates has to make up his mind fast. But decision-making in the final moment is not easy.
It's very fine, but your sign is too near to the eyes.
We're gonna remove it. We don't like it. Yeah, we're gonna remove
That
it.
is a very, very
It was so nice,
wonderful,
and now it's... You're right, you're right.
I think it looks great.
Yeah, now I'm happy.
Yeah, it was weird, wasn't it?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm very excited, even though I don't know what the hell to expect. Oh, holy crap.
You like it?
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, man, like it's totally not what I was expecting. Like
Right?
no ways whatsoever. This is perfect, man.
When I saw his face and I heard his voice and I heard his excitement in his voice and just the way he was looking at the mural, I really felt proud of what Bart and I were able to accomplish.
Translates everything.
That's nice. That's what we want to try to do. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Congrats,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
Like it was so like
Thank you.
everything is in there. Like I was just looking at it and saying, yeah, this is exactly it. This was me as a kid, or this is every kid when they look at, you know, surfing. I see a little surfer boy,
Yeah.
and like he's looking at the waves and he's making that face, you know, that face of anticipating everything, you know, anticipating the fun he's gonna have, but he's looking at the hazards he may have as well. And so he's anxious and fearful at the same time. And you guys went above the I'm searching for waves sort of feeling, and he already found the waves, but he's like, now I'm gonna go in, and there's just a mix of sensations in his face.
Yeah, super cool.
Super cool, guys. Like, thank you so much.
Great.
Yeah, and that's the magical thing about it, you know, like the guys, they were able to express everything that surfing represents without a drop of water.
We also wanted you to be connected to the mural on another level as well, so we prepared a spot for you to spray, if you're okay with that.
I am super
Yeah, you
okay.
cool?
I'm psyched. I don't know what I'm gonna do though.
Well, we've already got a color for you. So you want to stay close and just press lightly, right? So you get this. Yeah?
Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, maybe I have found another profession. Yay!
Yes, man.
All right, man.
Well done.
Excellent.
I'm gonna do it gently.
Oh yeah, so now we're gonna have the whole thing.
Yeah. Now it's the final result.
Let me grab my camera. So good, guys. I'm tripping out.
We also want a picture with you in front of the wall.
Yeah.
And I want a picture with you in front of the wall.
Amazing.
I'm proud of it. I'm going to show it to everyone. I'm going to share the whole thing all over the place. Nice. Yeah, man. I'm gonna remember this. Like, whenever I come here, maybe I'll bring a chick.
Yeah, you should. You should say, hey, I painted this spot right here.
I'll surely bring a chick here someday. And tell her, hey, do you see this? It's a good story. Nice, let's hope this lasts a long time. I'm a very happy client. Yeah.
Yeah, for me it felt like some kind of a holiday. Just painting with somebody I briefly met. Everything went so well. It was a really great experience.
Very happy with the collaboration, very happy with the composition and the way that we were able to blend our styles. and just how well we worked together. It was a very natural experience, and it was a great time.
Eight countries, 8 walls, 8 assignments.
We have the wall, and it's huge. Running out of time.
2 days.
Time is up.
1 mission.
1, 2, 3, team.
In each episode, 2 of the world's hottest street artists mash up their styles in one unique task. They need to give it everything they've got to bring color to the streets of the world's most famous cities. From London to Hong Kong, from Ibiza to Bangalore. Across the globe, these artists are challenged to blend their styles and perspectives into a unique work of street art. In each city, a local client gives the assignment to create a special mural.
We want it to be a tribute to
Passion, adrenaline, all has to come down in here.
Can they paint the best wall their client has ever seen? Will clashing styles and egos threaten the challenge?
I don't have a lot of requests, and I accept most of your requests.
Or will the short time frame prove too much to handle? This is Street Art Challenge. This episode pitches 2 of Europe's best street artists in a dream team that takes them to England for the ultimate street art challenge.
Good to see you. How are you?
Yeah, man. Great, yes.
Right from the start, the challenge is on rocky ground when the men start arguing about the composition.
We have to figure this out, actually, where I put the text. It's a challenge to cooperate with him. I don't agree, because the little motorcycles here, they will look ridiculous.
And instead of working together, the artists fight over every issue.
We have enough place on the top.
No, not too full.
From that moment on, the collaboration starts to collapse.
When I do something at my back what I don't like, well, then we have a quarrel.
Well, I don't like too much text in it, but who am I? I don't know.
Are they able to team up? Or will their differences destroy this street art challenge?
And I ask you where I can put my stencil, but at least I need one room where I can. You want me to hold the stencil?
I don't.
No?
In this episode, our artists meet in one of the most important and famous street art arenas of the world, London. In this buzzing city, New York City vibes meet the history and architecture of the old British Empire. In a city as crowded as London, motorbikes are a popular way to get around. Sadly, they're also tempting for thieves. This is a concern close to our client's heart because Mark, aka Sparky, is Britain's most famous bike stuntman.
Motorcycle theft in London has risen by 50%. There are more bikes stolen than there are actually sold in the UK.
And that's the reason why bike theft is at the core of this episode's challenge.
I have organised a blank canvas here in Croydon. Hopefully through the interpretation of the street artists, we're going to bring awareness to this subject and hopefully create something more than is at present.
Living street art legend Hugo Cogman is the first to accept the challenge. Known as the Stencil King, this Dutch pioneer has been active since the late 70s and has inspired many great street artists, like superstar Banksy. That's why Hugo can claim to be one of street art's global godfathers. This Dutch master will collaborate with another stencil legend, Artiste Ouvrier. This friendly Frenchman is famous for his colorful compositions. With his own stencil technique, he creates realistic yet abstract murals, making him one of the world's most in-demand street artists. The artists meet in a legendary London location, right here in the Banksy Tunnel, where street art history was made and where the guys hope it will repeat itself.
2008, I was invited by Banksy and his crew
He rented a tunnel and he invited the best stencil artists of the world at that time.
We didn't know what was happening.
It was very secret. Nobody knew what was happening. The tunnel was closed.
It was only a happy few. I was part of the happy few and I was very happy.
In just one night, this elite crew not only transformed this dark, deserted tunnel into the most colorful masterpiece in town, they also had a chance to learn from each other.
I was introduced to other artists, and one of them was Artiste Ouvrier from France. And he was working with more layers and colors, and he had very nice details.
And I had the opportunity to meet Hugo Kagman at this time, so I was super happy. Hugo is for me the best stencil artist in the world. Hello, Hugo. Hey. How are you? I think we are right in the middle, man. Good to see you too. Finally, we meet again. Again. I'm very excited. Looking forward to work with Hugo. So this time we're gonna make a wall, right?
Yeah, I think we have.
You got your stencil with you?
I got my stencils, yes.
I've got my stencil too.
Yes,
we should do a little stuff there.
It's just the two of us, and we have to do it. I hope it will succeed, but I think it will work.
And while the artists catch up, Sparky speeds through town to prepare a proper introduction for the assignment.
Wow. Hey, you're Sparky, right?
Hello.
It can be only
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Nice to meet
Sparky,
you.
still man.
Hello.
Nice to meet you, man.
So we have an issue in the UK with bike theft. We have a very nice wall that needs some artwork done to it with the theme of bike theft. We only have 2 days to make this happen. It's a short period of time, but I've heard lots of good things about you.
Well, it's doable, right?
You can work quick.
But what is exactly the problem with motorbike in England? Because
bike crime has gone up 43% in the past 2 years. So there are more bikes stolen than there are actually sold.
Why is it so?
Well, basically parts, the bikes are stripped down for parts and then they're sold through various different ways, normally on the internet.
Very personal bike, right? So
it is.
It's not only a question of money, right? Is it?
No, it's a pride and joy, and you know it has a connection. You ride the bike on a sometimes a daily basis. And my bike was stolen. It was a brand new bike. I'd only had it 8 months. And it caused me incredible loss, not just the bike, but the projects that I needed the bike for. You know, if you're using this to commute and somebody steals it, then, you know, it causes people a lot of problems. People are losing their jobs, they're not able to pay their rent or their mortgage.
I was personally touched by the way Sparky talked to us about bike.
It would be nice to create an art piece that represents the frustration and you know, the loss and the connection that you know, real bikers have with their machines.
The thing is, we do stencil art, right? So we have to
cut it out first before spraying.
We have to cut, a few bike, and then maybe we can mix with other stencils that we have.
Something about stealing or criminals, or yeah. It was interesting to meet Sparky, and I think his problem is a serious thing that we have to put attention on it. And it's a nice guy, and I like to help him.
Yeah, well, what do you see?
Well, I have a vision, because basically bikes are stripped and then the pieces will disappear across the country. And so the idea that I had was maybe an illustration of the UK and, you know, as a strap line, where do you draw the line? And so you could have a set of handlebars up in Scotland and a wheel in Newcastle and a headlight in London, and that was the vision that I had.
I can't do exactly what he wanted, to make a cartoon about the parts of the motorbicycles to be stolen. For this message, is it okay if we give our own interpretation to this mural? We can have the freedom.
Yeah, there's lots of room for creativity.
To make it our own.
That would be nice to make it your own.
I think if you give us freedom, we'll give you something artistic that really catch eyes. We'll manage then, you know, the challenge by doing what we want, and not by doing exactly what the client wants. But what is the main statement that you want us to interpret?
Well, the main statement would be that bikers have had enough. They feel that their bikes aren't being protected, their pride and joys aren't being protected, and we need to try and bring a message out that, you know, this is wrong to take other people's property.
So demoralize criminals?
Yes.
Instead of asking for more police control?
Exactly, exactly. I know that they predominantly use templates, so I'd be interested to see what sort of templates they have come up with. Obviously, the theme is bikes, So I'm sure we'll see some bike templates at some point, and look forward to seeing the final piece.
The artists are on their way to the wall in Croydon, South London. First, they decide to make a stop at Kevin Morrison's art gallery to hone their ideas and make an outline for the challenge.
Hey, good to see you.
Yeah, welcome. Hey, how are you? You all right?
Nice to meet you.
Oh, cool, yeah. Thanks for coming over. What are you guys over here for?
We want to prepare something. Can we cut some stencils here?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, no problem.
I have to cut some stencils to fit in. I think I need some text like London motorbikes or something like that. I have to cut something out here. Cutting a stencil, it takes some time, but when you go on the street, it's very quick. The crazy thing with stencils is you can put anything everywhere with any subject. All things are possible. In a way, you're a human printer.
As well as the freshly made stencils, the artists have also brought a folder of their own. All these different stencils have to blend together seamlessly, so Hugo is very strict about the placement.
The corner patterns, they have to be in the corners. That's my tradition for a long time, and that's my starting point. Then I have grip on the wall. So that's what I'm going to do. If it agrees or not, I must do that. It's my work.
But being this strict about the approach can get in the way of the men's collaboration.
Let's put the bikes downstairs, I think, you know? I mean, they can't be flying in the air, I think.
Okay.
Huh?
No, but I wanted them to when it's high it's further, and when it's down it's closer.
Motorbikes don't fly in the air. I like to have some realism in it. Birds are always flying in the air, so I think this will be flying in the air.
Okay. I see your point, but look, like if there is bike here, like for example. Like between him.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's in the air,
this
but
going to be
on
lower.
the top maybe we can avoid that.
But this is something as a skyline.
And this should be all up also. I think it should be on the top of the competition. This also.
No, halfway. I was focused here. Look.
All this arguing is eating up a lot of their precious challenge time, so the guys have to make up their minds fast.
It's a skyline, and
but if it's there, it will look like it's further. It's becoming too long now. We need to spray, you know. We are here to spray, we need to spray, we need to work. For me, when it's higher, it's further. When it's here, it's closer. Yeah. But that's why even that
this is just
but this could be even up, this.
No, I think this is small things in here.
No, but I don't agree, because the little motorcycles here, they will look ridiculous compared to this one. If they are higher, they look like they are behind.
It's a challenge to cooperate with him, Artist Ouvrier, to make something nice.
This here, little bikes here, and this a little bit down, then it looks closer, you know?
Yeah, perspective, yeah.
He has more like a two-dimensional composition in his head, and I have more perspective effect composition in my head. But I think this is gonna be the challenge here.
Yeah, it's hard to see, huh? There's eyes in the head. I have actually 3 big stencils, and I don't want to fill it up, so I put one on the left, one on the right, and in the middle I want a motor driver. Not exactly in the middle, because that's boring, symmetry. So we have to see how it fits.
See the text? My bike, yours. Anyone else, this is so?
But Ouvrier does not let Hugo get away with his plan.
We have to figure this out, actually, where I put the text. I wanted to do a background with this random text around my face, but you're not too kind of, you don't want to do that too much, because you don't want flying.
I know, I don't want scribble. I don't want that is a graffiti.
That's why, but
everybody tagging.
And the more he tries, the more Hugo puts his foot down.
So we agreed about the basic composition for the wall, I think.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
It will be a surprise, even for us, I think, how it turns out. But I hope I can control my composition.
After spending half of day one arguing, the artists have lost precious time. So once again, they have to hurry up and work on making their composition fit the wall.
Hey, Sparky.
Good to see you.
How are you, man?
Good to see you again. So, we have the wall, we have loads of paint, and I'm really excited to see what you come up with. I've done my best to convey and share my ideas behind what I visualise, and fingers crossed they're going to do a good job.
All right. We do our best. Yeah. I really like to start painting, yes.
I'm focused and concentrated. I really need to spray.
All right. Let's start.
To make up for all this lost time, the artists have to stop bickering and start collaborating on the composition. But after such a rocky start, that's easier said than done.
We had to begin, and the thing is we both paint quickly, and he began very quickly. Hugo?
Huh?
This gap is okay?
On it, yeah. Okay, the problem is when we're spraying, we can't watch each other. And when I do something at my back what I don't like, yeah, well, then we have a quarrel. And I hope it turns out well.
Being at the top for more than 40 years, Hugo Cogman is a real street art legend. Starting out as a street vandal, he knows exactly what it takes to become the best of the best.
Well, when I started first, I had spray cans and markers, and I wrote text that I heard in songs in punk and reggae. But suddenly I found out the stencils, and then I could make realistic images. And I developed that because it's photorealistic and it's strong. It has a meaning, and I have something to say. In 1980, I started looking for patterns, Arabic patterns, and jungle patterns, zebra, panther, snake, skin, and that's developed to Delft blue. Delft blue was adopted by the Dutch, but the last century it was more for tourists, and it was kind of kitsch or camp, and so nobody liked it anymore in Holland because it's just, yeah, tourist stuff. So I thought that's very interesting. When I start working with that, I can shock these people by making punk Delft blue.
Although Hugo and Ouvrier both work with stencils, their styles couldn't be further away from each other. While Hugo sticks to his beloved Delft's blue, Ouvrier uses a vivid color palette. The guys have a hard time understanding and blending each other's different styles into one composition.
I guess it was difficult for Hugo also to see all the mess I was doing. And I was already putting a lot of colors before even drawing all the lines and doing the composition together, what we have decided to do.
When I look at the stencils, I don't know what it's going to be because it's several layers and they're separated. I have the stencils taped together and you see what it is. And his are just sheets all over the ground and I don't know what's up or what's down. He's surprising me. Every artist has his own specialty.
So I will do a misty, quick background colors on the wall. It looks like nothing. And then I will put my black stencil on it quickly. And then I don't wait for it to dry. I will make it clean with my white stencil at the end.
Since the 90s, Artiste Ouvrier has dominated the French art scene and has elevated stencil art to another level. In stark contrast to Hugo, Artiste Ouvrier never rebelled with messages, instead concentrating on his own unique style.
I started in the early 90s, but it was just for fun, just for me, because I was in love with old painting, and I preferred to make a stencil out of old painting rather than buying a poster. I discovered that with one stencil, or better with two stencils, I could do as many colors as I wanted, and I could play with an old painting. I could reproduce an old painting with only two stencils. So my pride is like to make everything by hand. Like you write. You write, you have a handwriting. This is your handwriting, no?
The guys are working like crazy, but sadly, not together. So the mural is starting to look like two separate compositions. Ouvrier is not happy about this and keeps trying to get the collaboration going. But the Dutch master is proving to be a tough nut to crack.
Maybe I should do the skull behind, no? It would be cool.
Later on, first foreground and the background.
The yellow, I think. With the red. Oh, you keep this color under?
For that, yeah.
But maybe we'll be able to put some stuff with black line in it? Like cycle, for example?
Yeah, later on, maybe. Yeah, I don't know yet, yeah.
Yeah, I know Hugo is always like not confident with himself even because he wants the best. So he's always doubting, and I never doubt. And I played this. I put pressure on him, and he put pressure on me by spraying so fast everywhere. So I decided to put pressure on him to do the same. Hey, Hugo, wait a minute. Like you played many shots forward, you know, compared to me.
Yeah.
I mean, like you positioned a lot of stance here. And I'm not sure I have like room anymore for my skull. Actually.
Well, your skull, I mean, there's empty.
We even had a conflict. I was like, hey, you know, remember I have the skull on the ship to give a perspective,
and you already took all the room. And the only place, actually, where I can paint this is where you're going to put your seagull.
But
I don't know. It's one or it's two?
It's three.
Oh, it's three, same size. Put up the stencil with tape.
Let me try this, and if it's not good, I change. You know?
I do a lot of featuring with a lot of people, and usually at the end we have total freedom. But with Hugo, it's not like that. So it makes things more interesting for me. Because I know I'm flexible anyway, you know.
I don't go until the end, you know?
No, fade it out, yes. But let me put it up the pattern first, then we can see how it matches.
Yeah, but now we see that it fits, right? Good?
Yeah, but then we can see how it works. Because, nou ja, oké. Doe anders ook maar.
No, I take it off.
Yeah.
But I wanted you to agree on the position. And meanwhile, I can put a small bike here. Huh?
I made the main composition in blue with the tiles and the decorations. And I wanted him to fit in the empty parts. Now I adapt my work to him. We must both make a step to each other. It's giving and taking, but we can convince each other about, for the best result.
When Sparky goes into more detail about the ever-growing problem of bike theft, especially how aggressive it gets, the assignment starts to hit home with the guys.
So there are different ways that bikes are stolen. Unfortunately, what's happening more and more is people are actually being robbed of their bikes while they're on them. So one of the routes is people will pull up to a set of traffic lights and they'll actually be sprayed in the face with pepper spray and pushed off the bike. This is happening more and more, and it's becoming more common with bike theft. Recently, there was a lad that was actually stabbed in the head with a screwdriver because he was refusing to allow his bike to be stolen. So people are prepared to go to some extreme lengths to actually steal bikes now, which is very concerning for a lot of people. Unfortunately, there is a no chase policy. If a rider is not wearing a helmet, then the police are not allowed to chase. So obviously the thieves are well aware of this and they're using that to their advantage. I think there are many solutions. We call upon the government, we call upon the police, and we call upon those that are in power to do something more about this, make it less appealing to steal bikes. And I think that this is really the only way that it can be conquered.
With collaboration not their strongest point, these guys just can't seem to find common ground. They can't even agree on a color.
I'm going to put some more color in it here as well.
You want white for to do that or not?
For the?
You have, this is yellow, but you have white. Blanco Malta? No? If you like.
I think I'll let it.
Okay.
Actually, we didn't take time to sort the color out. And normally I sort out all my colors and I know exactly what they are. I know which one is gonna match with which one. Sure is doing like something, an harmony with his own colors. I do harmony with my colors and then we match. But that's not what happened. He started to use this peach here again, the pale yellow. But he did like a plain circle with his color and it's a very color.
But maybe I can make them close.
Yeah, listen, I debate is yellow and we'll have some red.
I would have preferred you to take this yellow.
Yeah,
actually.
some parts of it. Yeah. Well,
there behind.
To have some more. Every artist has his own ideas, and to mix it, I like to do my own thing. I'm sorry, but.
At one point, it was like, hey, you know, you go for it, I go for it, and the best will win. Of course, that's not the point, but that was funny though. Like, I think adrenaline was there.
But picking colors is proving to be the least of their problems.
I want to write something.
When I continue this better, then there's a place.
I was looking for like poetry lines, and I wanted to repeat it everywhere, like leitmotif, like my back is my back and your back is yours.
I mean, that you.
Yeah, but we have the bird.
Yeah, skip the bird because. Skip it, I know place.
No, but we have enough place on the top.
No, not too full. I skip the seagull.
I think Hugo made his own stuff.
without really considering that even the composition has to be decided together. You want me to put the text?
No, there's enough text now.
Blah, blah, blah?
Later on. But it's better to see it later on. I build it up right now.
Okay, because no, but just to...
I put something.
This is soul. I didn't even.
He did some text about the bike theft, and I don't. Yeah, it's got some kind of poetry. I don't agree. Actually, it's my bike, your bike. I hope I can leave it out. I hope I can convince him to paint it white and make something else.
Because I need a big line to write. Anyone has a soul. Mike.
And that's
this is my soul bike. It's like a poem, but it will be like that. So it will go.
I see above the
above my head,
above the plate of the motor driver. There is almost 2 meters empty.
That's fine.
I think it's better to take a break.
You have enough for today?
Yeah, I think we must let it dry, otherwise we destroy our stencils. For me, the most important thing is that the final composition is good, you know? Because that's what we leave. When we have a quarrel, but we must have respect each other. And, well, that's a challenge. How does it work out tomorrow?
So with the end of day one drawing closer, success seems further away than ever. The wall's location hasn't been chosen at random. A few years ago, riots tore through the streets of Croydon. So in order to revitalize the area and unite its inhabitants, gallery owner Kevin Morrison invited famous street artists to bring some color to the neighborhood.
These murals change all the time, so they change every few weeks. Anyone can submit, anyone can come down. All the business owners are really enthused by that. The very first jam we had down here was actually a jam called Femme Fierce, which was all female street artists. So I think we had 45 women, international women, street artists descend upon here and had a big celebration, and which kick-started the project.
All-female crew Femme Fierce were at the start of Croydon's transformation into a street art mecca.
Since we kind of started our intervention here, the unit occupancy of the street's gone up by 75%, so loads more businesses come in here, and the footfall's increased by 400% in the kind of the arts quarter area. So it's, you know, we've got loads of visitor numbers coming down. We've had artists from all over the world, really. What I like about street art, it's almost like architecture. It's there, you can't get away from it, it's right in front of you. You have to engage with it in some way. Whether that's a positive reaction or a negative, but at least it stirs something inside you, at least it gets a reaction. And I think that's fundamentally important to the movement.
Today is D-Day for the artists. So in order to stand a chance of finishing the mural in time, the guys have to bury the hatchet and find a way of working together fast.
Today it's important to finish it, and we're halfway. And I hope he takes my advice. I took his advice to change the color yellow in better yellow. And yeah, it's very dangerous now to finish it, because we can destroy it still, and it can be a good composition.
I'm not worried at all. The one who's worried is Hugo. He's not comfortable with all the colors I'm using.
I can control myself, but not my colleague, artist ouvrier, so I don't know.
Let's go for it?
Let's go for it,
yeah.
Yes.
That's more like it. With the hours ticking by on the final day, the guys don't have any more time for their ongoing conflict. But instead of using every minute they have to fill in their composition together, Stencil King Hugo claims the wall for himself.
So now I'm jobless because I need to wait for Hugo, actually, to agree on the location. My second sentence.
But after giving in all the time, Ouvrier's patience is starting to crack.
He chose to paint his character everywhere in the wall, and he asked me between two stencils, is it okay if I spray this one here? Is it okay if I spray this one here? I'm very flexible, so I chose to follow its flow, and when I add a special request, then I will have to talk with him and ask him if he agrees that I paint in this place. But reverse, it's not true. He doesn't ask me. Okay, Hugo, I make a proposition. If you don't like it...
Hey, wait a minute. I can't...
Yeah?
I can't... When I'm busy and I don't watch what's happening next to me.
So I was thinking, you know, like on the top, because you don't like the straight line, because my head is cut. The line that was important for me, it's a poem. This is soul, Mike. Anyone has a soul bike. Because I have my second sentence to write, I was thinking, this is my soul bike, would maybe fit in it. And for a strange reason, Hugo was not really enthusiastic.
I don't like too much text on
the sky.
On sky, no. I think
So
just
where do you
make
want
it,
me to write my sentence then? Because I don't...
Lay it out, see how big it is, make it fit.
It's bigger than this sentence a little bit. It's almost the same size, but it's bigger than this sentence. And the thing is, I do have exactly what I need on the top, in the sky, under your line.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean,
I'm not forced to do it in white, in black, no?
I don't want too much text. I like to have it, make it painterly image. I mean.
Yeah, but I do need to write this.
You need to?
I need to, because.
Well, then. You convince me now that I don't know, man. If it's necessary, then okay. But I will not.
It's not necessary. I don't have a
text.
lot of requests, and I accept most of your requests. So just ask me somewhere. And I have many propositions, like you asked me yesterday to do a punk writing around your Skyman, and I can definitely write this line in different small lines here, the color that you want, on the top of the clouds.
Yeah. But I don't see the text. Put the text down, tape it, and we see how it is.
You can't, because...
But I'll do it first, this man. I mean...
I didn't get the full line.
I don't know.
I get only the word.
Just tape it, and we see how it fits. I don't... You can talk hours about it, but I don't see how big it is.
Hugo, it's the same. It's there. It's there.
Okay.
Anyone else? This standstill, but I compose the sentence with this very word.
Well, I
So
don't like
cannot
too
show
much
you.
text in it, but who am I? I don't know.
I let you put all the stencil you want everywhere you want. But, and I ask you where I can put my stencil, but at least I need one room where I can.
Yeah.
You want me to hold the stencil?
I don't. I know.
No? Not only I have the right to put it, but I have the duty to put it in the wall.
While the arguing continues at the wall, Richie Simmons is working away peacefully just a few blocks away. This local stencil artist is one of the key players in Croydon's art scene and is famous for his explicit style of painting.
I grew up loving comic books, and I started learning how to draw by copying comic books. So I loved that detailed style, and then I found graffiti, I found pop art, discovered people like Banksy, Deface, and taking my love of very detailed things, but also the very boldness of graffiti, I kind of teamed up and stencils married those two different loves for me. So I get the engineering, I get the detailed style of cutting intricate stencils, but then going out, doing street art, putting it on a wall, having that bold impact, I get the best of both worlds, and stencils does that for me. I grew up loving comic books. I'm a massive self-confessed nerd. So taking something as iconic as superheroes that everyone knows who Batman and Superman are, they're characters that I can paint and people instantly recognize them. And I'm trying to promote what it takes to be a hero. So there's always lots of different layers, and I enjoy that. I moved to London when I was 23 years old. Croydon was nothing like this back then. The places to go for street art were the Shoreditch, South Bank, places like that. Croydon is now being listed as one of the most exciting places for street art. And to have played a part in that and be able to do the walls and live here and see it happen over the years is super exciting.
Hugo and Ouvrier teamed up in Europe's street art epicenter, London, to take on their challenge.
It would be nice to create an art piece that represents the frustration of bike theft.
Right from the start, the guys couldn't see eye to eye.
We have to figure this out, actually, where I put the text.
It's a challenge to cooperate with him.
I don't agree, because the little motorcycles here, they will look ridiculous.
And once they started working, things only got further out of hand between the two.
When I do something at my back what I don't like, well, then we have a quarrel. Well, I don't like too much text in it, but who am I? I don't know.
The challenge was beginning to fall apart, so Ouvrier tried hard to make things work, but Hugo's stubbornness only made things worse.
And I ask you where I can put my stencil, but at least I need one room where I can.
Yeah.
You want me to hold the stencil?
I know.
And so far, day 2 hasn't been any different. With only half a day left, the men went from one conflict to another, leaving the challenge hanging by a thread.
Okay, you have the biggest stick, so...
And then mine will be like, this is Soul.
Yeah.
Mike. I write Mike instead of bike.
Yeah.
And anyone has a Soul, bike.
Yeah.
So I have enough. I have enough room almost here.
Yeah,
I have enough
okay.
room until there, and then you can put the plane with security.
I think
under.
the only relevant thing I have is security. I put it in, and then you put your thing above it.
If you
And
prefer,
I'll make it red, I think.
Nobody tells him not to do something, you know. It's a punk statement. Never tell me what to do. So he's so used to work alone that you know it's weird for him not to paint something if he feels like painting it. But I would consider that you know he doesn't need my permission, but he could use my impression.
So with only 2 hours to go, Hugo gives in and finally starts to collaborate.
When somebody tells me 10 times, I want this, and I say 10 times, now I prefer not. But the 11th time, I think, okay, do it, man. I'm tired of it, yeah. Now you're gonna go ahead.
So now I do exactly what you wanted me to do. He's the oldest one. I respect him. And here again, I'm very flexible, and I always manage to do what I want, no matter what. I'm comfortable in the situation of the young one. And we don't compete to each other. We do something together. So I'm very happy I put this line, actually. It was super important for me. Because, of course, it has something to do with what we're here for.
And when the team finally comes together, the composition follows fast.
Hugo, you have to be sure in which one you spray, because I began like this, so we decided to make one.
Yeah.
So this is yours.
Yeah, I know.
And this is yours.
Yeah.
And this is yours.
I will sign there.
Okay. A good standstill is standstill done. Because we had a little issue, that was a challenge, and that's why we managed at the end to do something very interesting. Because we had like problems to solve. When there's no problem, there's no fun, you know.
The fill-in, it makes it richer. I think the result is very interesting.
We have half an hour.
With just 30 minutes to go to finish up all loose ends, the pressure is on.
So I'm afraid that we wouldn't finish on time. Am I disturbing?
No, I'm away. Before Sparky comes, it must be finished. And now the time is running, and yeah, it's dangerous.
And Hugo's fears are spot on, because they still have to touch up their piece and sign off. And all that with Sparky just around the corner.
Hopefully this artwork will open the eyes of people and bring into the forefront that bike theft is a big issue.
It looks great.
That's it. All right. I think finished it.
I agree. Just in time. Yeah, take 5.
Yeah, man.
Against all odds, they finished the mural on time. But did they nail the assignment?
I know what he wanted, the map of UK and the flying elements out of it. That's what he liked.
So the idea that I had was maybe an illustration of the UK and, you know, as a strap line, where do you draw the line? And so you could have a set of handlebars up in Scotland and a wheel in Newcastle and a headlight in London.
We didn't do that. There's no map of the UK in it. But there are a lot of motorcycles in it, so he must be happy with that. And it's about theft. Well, people don't see it at once, but when you explain it, they see it. But it's art.
Hello. Great to see you again.
Hey.
Hello.
Good to see you, man.
Likewise.
Yes.
Likewise.
So?
Wow. That is very colourful. And the more you look at it, the more you see the detail. You've got some really amazing detail in the... I think that they've done a fantastic job. The more you look at the piece of art, the more it comes to life. Ah, and you've got my logo as well.
Yeah, I got
look.
your logo, yeah. And it's in the middle of it. It wasn't planned, but
it's the way it happened.
It was there. There was some place.
My bike is my bike, your bike is yours. Nice. I like Pierre's message of my bike is my bike, your bike is your bike. And I think this comes across very well.
It's beautiful and it has a meaning. So I want to confront the people on the street with what's happening. And it's motor theft and other things. Many stories all in one. So it's not boring, it's complex.
Well, the more you look at it, the more the message becomes apparent. I'm pleased with it. The guys have put a lot of effort into what they've created, and I'm very grateful for the efforts that they've gone to. So from speaking to them and listening to the bits that they did themselves and focused on individually, I think together it really comes alive as one piece. Well done.
Thank you, man. Yeah, happy
Well
to
done.
like it. So cool.
And finally, local street art hero Kevin drops by to check out the neighborhood's newest addition.
Wow, looking great. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, great composition, guys. It's quite far away from the side of the street, and it's something that kind of forces engagement with people. So I think what we're going to see is a lot of people coming from the street, walking down to it and engaging with it a lot more, because there's a lot of stuff to see in there. I think kind of compositionally just all really fits so well. Yeah, it's great.
There's a lot of motorbikes in it, so it's clear it's about motorbikes, yeah.
Bikes, yeah, we counted together. You know how many bikes? 14 bikes.
Yeah, it's got loads of kind of great focal points as well, hasn't it? Kind of, yeah, you really kind of work well together on this one, I think. You can see, great additions of Hugo and Pierre's both together. They've really worked in, really nice contrast with one another. It's, yeah, so it's a key piece, actually, and we're really, really proud to have it here. They're two legends.
All the best. I feel very privileged to be part of a project that puts out a positive message surrounding a negative subject.
And you like it? Well, it's hard to say that I want to do this again, some collaboration, because every artist has his own ideas, and to mix it, all the quarreling about what to do, all those talking, I don't like to talk, I just like to do.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sparky, and success.
Great job.
I would do it anytime again. Like, it was a pleasure to do the work, to meet these people, and this was a very rich experience. I love my job even more, so only pleasure.